Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Heresy Hammer. I am Rob, and you are joined also by Lee.
Buongiorno.
Today, Lee. Oh well, actually, let's just find out how you are. How's it all going? How are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah. I am all right.
You
The
gearing up
kids,
for Christmas? All
the
ready
kids
to rock and
finished
roll?
school today.
Yeah, that's is that
My
disappointing or fills you with merriment?
fear, trepidation. Uh, yeah, no, it should be all right.
Nice.
My wife, the in-laws are over from Italy, so we've got them staying here. So
Okay, nice, nice,
they
nice,
take the
nice.
brunt of the child minding when they're over
Fair, fair.
from the boot.
Have you? I started watching Welcome to Derry yesterday, which is like the It spin-off, like I assume the pre-story of the It Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 of the recent
No,
films that came out.
the
Man,
it.
it like if you seen it, you know the clown that goes around like
Oh,
terrorizing
sorry.
people.
I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, sorry. I haven't seen the remakes. I've seen the
Ah,
original.
mate. The new films are really good, but they basically did a series and it's called Welcome to Derry and it's out now.
Oh, okay.
I'd
See,
heard really
Welcome
good
to
things about it.
Derry. I immediately thought, is this something about the troubles in Northern Ireland?
Yeah,
I
well,
was
it's
like, the
not. No,
fuck?
I mean, it's very. What happens there is very troubling,
Okay,
but it's not
okay.
about the 1960s and 70s troubles. But yeah, I started watching yesterday. It scared the living bejesus out of me.
Oh,
So
really?
that's the kind of thing I can only watch during the day because it's
Yeah.
just so terrifying. So yeah, looking forward
So,
to it.
are you suggesting that I watch this with the children over
Yeah, definitely.
Christmas?
Yeah, yeah, might as well. Father son bonding. Anyway, we're not here to talk about what we've been up to.
No.
We're actually here to talk about the Iron Warriors, which I would say, Lee, is one of our most requested
Yeah, as they should be.
deep dives because every
They're fucking
time we put up
awesome.
videos, we get a horde of Iron Warriors players saying, "When's the Iron Warriors one coming?" And we
Fucking
keep on
Iron
saying, "It's coming, it's
Warriors!
coming, it's coming."
Like the grumpy Iron
The
Warriors they
grumpy
are.
autists that you all are. So we're going to be discussing those now. This is Lee's Legion. So we've
Fuck
been
yeah.
bringing kind of like Legion experts,
Yeah.
consoles from the Legions on board, but we're hoping
Yeah.
that Lee can run us through this one.
We've been bringing in Legion consoles, and now you've got like the Legion Surf.
The meat into the grinder that we have here. But yeah, so I'm excited about this one. I know the Lee
Yeah,
has
I
been
am.
working
Yeah.
on kind of quite a few kind of like unique lists
Well,
to show
yeah,
us
yeah.
at the end of the deep dive as well. And if you've not seen these deep dives before, basically they run for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and we're going to go through kind of like we're going to unpick everything, and this
Everything.
includes the levers, their rules, the units. We're going to have a look at Inductii. We're going to have a look at any legacies units that they've got as well. And then we'll finish off by looking at the list. Now, if you are somebody who's tuned in and just found us on YouTube, but you are enduring, like the Iron Warriors themselves during a siege, the adverts every 8 minutes from YouTube, then don't forget you can watch this mid-roll ad-free by joining our Patreon right this second. You can join right this second. You get a 7-day free trial, in fact, and go watch it over there. We actively encourage you to become part of our Dodecatheon, become part of our Warrior Lodge, and join our Patreon because 1,300 members can't be wrong. They can't be wrongly. So we actually to encourage you to go there, where you can get this ad-free right now, or you can listen on Spotify, or you can just suffer the 8-minute YouTube adverts. It is totally up to you. Right, let's get into this one, Lee. You have been working on Iron Warriors for. Just did that. Let's go to the next one. You've been working on Iron Warriors for quite some time, haven't you?
Yes.
Because before
Yes.
you had
Yes.
been painting word bearers, which was a
I
lovely,
had.
lovely army.
Yes. Yeah.
But you were saying, I think recently, it's just such a nightmare to paint
To be honest,
word bearers.
I just wasn't. I did that thing that people do where you're like, this looks fine, but I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
Like, I really struggled with like edge highlighting word bearers. It sounds really daft, but edge highlighting red
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
just
What do
is
you
a
go? Pink
nightmare
or
because it
orange or
becomes
yeah.
pink, yeah,
Yeah.
or orange. So I just got a bit fed up with it, and I had run a small allied detachment of Iron Warriors in first edition,
Mm.
and I loved the fact that what was their rule in first edition? It was that basically you were never affected by shooting attacks, I think.
Yeah,
So
you
you
couldn't
never
take
took,
morale checks.
yeah. And it was so great just to get shot off the board and then someone be like, right, got to do a leadership check. And you'd be like,
Actually.
and then second edition came along, and yeah, I gave up on the word bearers and went back to the mighty Fourth Legion.
Mm,
But I wasn't in love with their rules in second edition. Like
no.
we've had this conversation on the show before. I never really understood why they were just really good at blowing up tanks
Mm,
because it's not really their thing. Their thing was having lots of tanks.
mm, mm.
But their thing is just like walking into fire and just
Yeah,
keep walking into it.
yeah,
And here we are in third edition, and
yeah.
I think it is a much better.
Yeah, place. That their rule
Yeah,
is really. We'll talk about their rule in a bit, but their rule is actually
oh,
really,
it's
really
fucking
decent.
great.
Yeah. So I mean, it's fair to say that you are a man who quite likes elite armies, mainly because you're fairly limited on hobby time.
Yeah,
But you have made them. Yeah, you got things like breaches and contemptors, leviathans, but also it's quite there's like mech within there as well. So you got kind of got like Thalax and Archmagus and
yes.
Dominators. So
I
which I think is a quite a good combination in terms of
yeah.
lore wise for Iron Warriors.
Yeah, it just fits for me. Like to be honest, when I started this army, there was no sit down and write a list.
Mm,
I was just like, I'm going to do a attack squad, and then I
mm,
did a attack squad. Then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a breacher squad, and I did a breacher squad. What do I fancy now? I don't
yeah,
know. Oh, fuck
yeah,
it, I'll do a contemptor.
yeah,
Yeah, I did a contemptor.
yeah,
And then I think it was the plastic Thalax came out. Oh,
mm,
they look cool.
mm,
So there was no kind of
yeah.
actually sit down and write a list. It was very much just
What you fancy doing at the
paint
time?
what I
Yeah,
like. And then the
yeah.
trouble with that now is I don't really have a cohesive force. So
No,
it
yeah,
does all right on the tabletop, but in my head it doesn't make a lot of sense. So
yeah,
I'm now at that point where I'm like, right, what do I need to, how do I want my army to look? And
hmm,
the trouble is as well is the weapon options changed. So like my
mm,
breaches are all with Volkite,
yeah.
and I can't bring myself to tear them off.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
So I just run them as breaches, but then
Mm,
that means I've lost all my line. So I
yeah.
use my tac squad, which as a veteran tac squad now.
Mm, mm, mm.
So I think my next thing will be to do a couple of breacher squads when the
Yeah,
new breacher
yeah, yeah,
kits come out.
yeah.
But yeah, to be honest, I've just been enjoying just painting whatever,
Yeah,
and
nice.
actually that works for me because, like you say,
Yeah.
the thing with me is I enjoy painting, but it takes me so long because I
Mm,
hardly ever get to sit down
mm,
and paint. But when I
mm.
start painting something, I get fucking fed up with it because
Yeah,
after a while I just want it finished. Like this has
yeah,
been going on for a month and I haven't even, you know.
yeah,
But I haven't had that with the Iron Warriors, and
yeah,
it's the thing with the Iron Warriors, and it's probably one of the reasons why they are or appear to be a popular legion is they're quite easy to paint. Like
yeah,
you can do what I do, and I mean the photos probably don't really show it off, but I do a lot of like airbrushing in shadows and the silver armor. Like probably spend more time on the airbrush than most people do doing kind of complex
yeah.
legions. Because my way of thinking is, well, they're silver, so you can actually spend a bit of time
Hmm.
making them look good. But you
Mm,
could just paint these silver, slap
yeah.
a wash on them, and they still look
And job done.
great.
Yeah. I think just to add to that, I always feel like Iron Warriors, if you want an entry level paint job and an entry level
Yeah,
army,
yeah.
I always feel like Iron Warriors are the way to go, particularly if you don't have access to an airbrush, because you're just like, well, you can probably get a decent looking force of Iron Warriors on the
Yeah,
table
yeah.
relatively quickly. So yeah, so I often think that it's why it's quite a popular legion, particularly if you're just starting to dabble in Horus Heresy, because it's like, look, I like their style. Their lore and their fluff is pretty cool, and it's relatively straightforward to
Although
paint.
you will lose your mind painting hazard stripes.
I think that is the risk. That is a high risk. Yeah.
I feel like hazard stripes. I think hazard stripes look great. Like I love the
Hmm.
scheme of Iron Warriors.
Mm.
Just silver,
Yeah.
gold. I use it doesn't really show it in this, but I use red as like a spot color, like a
Hmm.
dark
Hmm.
red. I try and link they feel very kind of Grecian to me,
Yeah, well, the
ancient.
Olympia and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so I go with the kind of golds and the reds and the
Yeah,
bronzes
yeah,
on top of the silver as well as the hazard stripes.
nice, 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 nice.
But yeah, like to make hazard stripes look good, you do need to spend a bit of time on them.
Yeah,
You can weather them and whatnot, but
yeah,
it's the payoff, isn't it? You
yeah,
can spend fuck all time doing the silver armor. At
yeah.
least spend a bit of time on the
Bingo,
hazard
bingo,
stripes.
bingo. Absolutely.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I think they
Cool.
look
Okay. Well, if
fucking.
you want to know how Lee paints them, then just pop your comment down below. I'm sure Lee will write up just a very
Yeah,
brief
yeah,
explanation
yeah.
about how he paints them. Cool. Okay. Well, let's have a look at what is next. So, who were the Iron Warriors? So, if you are unfamiliar with the Iron Warriors, one of the books I would kind of send you guys to is actually Angel Exterminatus.
Yes.
Like it's good to know what happened prior to that, but if you are Iron Warriors curious, I think Angel Exterminatus, for me at least, really laid out the kind of like complexity of who the Iron Warriors were and also their relationship with other legions and how other legions kind of like treat them. We really, the main, although Fulgrim is kind of one of the main protagonists within there, actually I think the main story is kind of told through, not as first person, but through the eyes of Perturabo. And you kind of get this sense of, and I'd be interested to get your idea about it. But Perturabo being a very complicated kind of creature, somebody in another life and another world would have been an architect and a creator.
Yes. Yes.
He
Yes.
makes small, tiny models. There's like a
Yeah.
working, I think, like a Warhammer
Warhammer.
Titan
Yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that, that he has within his basically his man cave. But he feels
Yeah.
years of resentment because the style of warfare, the siege style of warfare that the Iron Warriors are kind of designed and made for and do particularly well is a pretty thankless job. And he has always felt that he's been
Yeah. I think
unrewarded and
it
unthanked for
it goes
for
back
that role.
to I mean, I haven't read his Perturabo's Primarch book just because I didn't buy it and now it's impossible to get hold of. But I mean, there were attempts on his life when he was younger, wasn't there? When
Yeah.
he was kind of found by his dad, and his dad was a bit of a prick. It was the usual kind of traitor Primarch story where everyone's a bit of a prick, and so he kind of just didn't trust people, and then that distrust grows more and more throughout the heresy. But you kind of see why, like
Yeah. Yeah.
some of his brothers try to kill him,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
some of
Yeah.
them are just dickheads that
Yeah.
can't be trusted.
Yeah.
So yeah, you kind of see why. But
Yeah. And
I
then
mean, this is
he just to say as well, so as Lee says, there's quite a lot of Greek and Roman influences within the Iron Warriors, and particularly with like their filigree, it's often kind of like Grecian in style. But the
yeah,
idea of, so when Perturabo first joined the Legion, he basically decimated his Legion
yes,
due to the
yes,
fact that basically they were performing so poorly. And decimation, if you the word decimation comes from the ancient like Roman,
it's Roman, wasn't it?
yeah,
Yeah. If
kind of
a
like if
if a
a legion
legion
failed,
performed bad, yeah,
then one in every 10 men were kind of killed by the other
beaten to
nine.
death
Yeah.
by the other nine.
And that's what he asked his legion to do. So even from the start, he's pretty unforgiving, pretty distrustful, as you say.
Yeah,
And we find out why he's so distrustful and the kind of like the inception of the Iron Circle. Basically, his kind of like bodyguard let him down, so he just leaves it to automata now after the attempt on his life at Fal,
yeah,
and the Crimson Fist, which is the story of Alexis Pollux, and kind of you get to see kind of how Alexis Pollux kind of becomes the master of the fleet, how he ends up to some extent in Ultramar, but also the fleet battle at Fal as well. So that's another book worth kind of like checking out.
yeah,
There's the
yeah, yeah.
Battle of Talon, which is obviously the greatest tank battle. The equivalent in our world history is basically Kursk.
It's
But
yeah,
essentially
it's the
the biggest
largest tank
tank
battle,
battle.
yeah, ever.
Two armies kind of like absolutely throw themselves into it, and as a result, Talon is just completely like what I assume it was like a luscious green world until like they got there, and then it just became
Oh,
irradiated,
you
and
know what? I can't remember how it's described, but yeah,
I
it's
think
kind of described. I don't think it's like a luscious green world, but
right, okay, but it's not
it's a
unhealthy.
nice world.
Yeah,
It's
and
not
then
a hive world.
it's utterly
Yeah, viral bombed into
destroyed by
oblivion.
Virobomb, and then
Yeah.
and there were three sets of books all about Talon, aren't there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and
So I
then
mean,
oh, sorry,
this is
go
the
for it.
one thing with the Iron Warriors is there is quite a lot written about them. Like some
Yeah.
of the legions don't get much love.
Mm,
Now, some of the books are amazing, and
mm,
some of the books not as much. Like
mm,
the Battle of Talon is the Talon books is more from the point of view of like the Imperial Army that's
mm.
fighting against the Iron Warriors, but you do see bits from kind of Perturabo's point of view, and then he sends off I can't remember his name, but a contemptor to find the Black Oculus. That's what they're that's the whole reason
Mm.
they came to Talon is to find the Black Oculus, which, if I remember correctly, is basically like a portal for demons that's built into the planet Talon. But I actually really enjoyed this book. Some people don't, or the books. I think it's a trilogy.
Yeah, I
I
didn't.
think they
I must
do.
say, I didn't enjoy them so much.
Did you not? Yeah,
No.
so I did enjoy them. I could see why people didn't, but I do think there's certain elements I didn't like of it where they're just humans in a tank and they're like, pow, blew up a predator, plow,
Mm.
blew up a predator, like,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're like, they're just dickhead humans. Like
Mm.
the battle didn't go well for anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but I did enjoy the books. But there is a lot written about the
Yeah,
Iron
about them.
Warriors.
Yeah, and then
So yeah.
in terms of their structure and their management. So you obviously got Perturabo at the head of the Legion, and then you've got his Trident. So they're three Warsmiths,
Yes.
kind of who are essentially like I think a good example of this would be like they're kind of the Mournival equivalent. They're close advisors to
Yeah.
Perturabo as much as Perturabo takes advice. I think that's probably advice is not probably the right word there, but
No.
essentially that they are kind of the head of the very head of the Legion. And what you find within the stories is that these warsmiths are constantly vying for
There's
to
a
try and kind of like it's like
there's a
basically
lot of
I
internal
Claudius. Yeah,
politics.
exactly.
Yeah.
Where basically people are trying to take people down, undermine people in order to become part of the
Yeah.
Trident. And then Perturabo actually makes quite a maverick move, making kind of just a normal legionary
Yeah.
a Trident. I think it's
Fucking
Kruger, isn't it?
Kruger. Yeah.
Yeah, part of the Trident, which really mixes things up. And of course, he plays a really prominent role in strategizing the Siege of Terra, and kind of the assault on Terrace, particularly with Horus being out of the conflict, being his kind of like trance. But he does essentially abandon the Siege of Terra before
He has a strop, yeah.
before kind of like the climactic kind of ending to it. So what some Iron Warriors do stay on Terra, but he basically leaves. And in 40k, not that we've seen him, he becomes a demon Primarch. I assume with loads of like mecha dendrites coming out of his brain and stuff like that. But I have no
Yeah.
doubt we will see a 40k version of Perturabo in the
I will
next
be
like
amazed if we don't
15 years. Yeah,
ever see one.
I suspect so. Cool. Okay, so that's who the Iron Warriors were. Let's get into it. So, Lee, the bitter end, what's the rule? What does it do?
Oh, yes. So the Legion Tactica, the bitter end. When making a leadership or cool check in a unit that is majority Iron Warriors, ignore any negative modifiers caused by the Panic X, Pinning X, Stun X, or Suppressive X special rules.
That's
So
nuts.
basically,
That's nuts.
if you get hit by, I don't know, a panic-free Phosphex launcher,
Yeah.
you just take your normal fucking
Panic.
check.
Yeah.
You don't take any -3. It is so good. Like,
Yeah.
it's so good. And it does hark back to first edition, where people are like, oh, no, you failed that because it's -3. And you're like, no, 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 no. I'm an Iron Warrior. We don't give a fuck. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's one of those rules that when we first read it, you were probably a bit like, no, all right.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh, man, that's so good.
It's really
Like,
good. So I faced the Karachnos, which is the the Mechanicum tank
Right.
2 nights ago, that has a pinning three. Well, I think it's a pinning
Yes.
three weapon,
Yes.
and then like suppressive one, and like
Or as Iron Warriors call it, pinning zero.
yeah, exactly. And like that thing was just pinning me all the time. I couldn't
Yeah.
hack the hurt from it. And if only I was an Iron Warrior. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. And then just a final note that fear is
Yes.
unaffected, so it doesn't affect like the fear modifier, right?
No, it is literally leadership and cool
Cool.
checks that would
Against
against
those. Yeah.
statuses.
Yeah.
Yes,
Cool. Okay.
it's that's it. But and the flip side is if your opponent has really leaned into kind of status
Yeah.
effects, then your Legion rule is going to have a massive impact.
Yeah.
If your opponent doesn't have anything with any status, then your Legion rule isn't
That's a
doing
really good
anything.
point actually. Yeah, because you just die like normal Marines in that
Yeah.
regard. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Against
So it's
Mechanicum,
kind of one
you'll
of
always do
them.
quite well because Mechanicum have nothing but bloody stasis
And I
weapons.
feel I haven't played against anyone who doesn't have some sort
Yeah.
of
Stasis.
panic or pinning or
Yeah.
stun or suppressive or something
Yeah.
in their army. So you usually get some use out
Right.
of it. But
So
yeah.
basically, my brand new Spartan that I've got ready just to
Yes.
status bomb everybody.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
going
give
to
a
be completely
fuck.
fucking useless
Yeah.
against you. Bloody hell, that's bloody outrageous. Cool. Okay, let's have a look what's next then. So, the Legion Gambit, Spiteful Demise. I remember talking about this
Yes.
last time. Oh no, maybe it was like Perturabo's one. But
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we talked about
yeah.
Perturabos.
Talk us
Yeah.
through Spiteful Demise though, and what this does.
So essentially, spiteful demise, you gain no benefits to your focus. You kind of get no benefits at
Yeah,
all.
yeah,
But if the Iron Warriors model in the challenge is removed during that round of fighting,
mm,
you basically get to make a single attack that auto hits.
right.
And it's a strength 6, AP 4, damage 2, breaching 5 plus. So it's not amazing. I've never used it,
Mm,
but I can't. I was in a challenge. I can't remember who I was playing, and I'm in an R about using this and using something else,
yeah.
and I used something else, and then I
Mm.
died immediately and didn't get to
Okay.
do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So it is quite nice if you know you're going to die
Mm.
just for that. You're obviously rolling for a 5 plus breaching. That's what
Mm.
you're aiming for because
Mm.
AP4 in pretty much every challenge is
Yeah.
never going to do
Yeah.
fucking anything really.
Yeah.
But you're rolling for that 5 plus, so it auto hits. So you
Oh,
just need
it
to
also
roll a 5
hits.
plus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I could see this being useful if
It's
like
quite a nice
your
fuck
opponent has
you.
like
Yeah,
you both on one wound left,
yeah.
and like you just want to go for it, and you know that you're placing like bloody Raven Guard who are going like initiative bajillion or something
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
exactly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you know
Okay.
you're
Cool.
going to die. You know you're probably not going to. So I think I chose the defensive one that
Mm,
increases your weapon skill, but you only
yeah.
get one attack.
Yeah.
And then I still died, and I was like, oh fuck,
Yeah,
I
should
should
have
have
gone for
just
the other
gone with
one.
this.
Yeah, that's a good example. So
But
a little
yeah,
bit
it's
situational. I don't think it'll be the one that everybody because for Alpha Legion, I lean on that one quite a lot. I don't think you're going to lean on
right.
it, but in some cases, this could be
Yeah, like
useful.
I say,
Yeah,
if you know you're going to die, you just need to roll a 5 plus, and
yeah,
you get to stick a
yeah.
couple
Two
of.
two
I
rings in
hope
it.
see if you can get to do a couple of damage. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
quite like this, and it
Yeah.
is kind of a
It's really,
spiteful.
really, really fluffy, isn't it, as well? Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So, Bitter Fury, the Legion reaction.
Yes.
Talk us through what Bitter
So
Fury does.
again, this is basically just a return fire,
Right.
essentially.
Right.
But you get to make an extra shot
Hmm.
with every weapon that shoots back. You add +1 to the
Your
firepower.
firepower. Okay. Cool.
But you gain overload 1, and if you already
Oh.
have overload, then
Right.
it goes up by 1. So if you have
Right.
overload 1, then it goes up to overload 2.
Okay.
So I've only ever used this once really
Yeah.
because it is good, and if you need to really kill something that's shooting at you, then it
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
But also, if you're doing it with weapons that are going to kill
Yeah.
things, they're going to kill you as well.
Yeah.
But I just did this with my veteran tax squad just
Mm.
to throw a few more fuck yous at someone before they charged me,
Yeah.
and it didn't really do a lot
whole
to
lot.
be honest.
Yeah.
So it is quite situational, and it's once per battle as well.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But it's just
Bit of a
another.
risk reward, I guess.
Well, yeah, and it's if you know that you need to kill something and that something's just shot your unit,
Yeah,
then this is when I would use it.
yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, you can just do a return fire. Okay,
I suppose, yeah, I suppose
extra
what I would
attack.
say is that so it's not a return fire. This one, is it?
No, no, no. This is
It's
this is
an
it's
Overwatch essentially. Is it?
no, no,
No, no,
no,
it's
no,
a
no.
return fire. It's a basically
Yeah,
it's a return. It's during the shooting phase. Yeah.
it's done
Okay.
at exactly the same time as a return fire. It's the step
Okay.
three
Yeah.
of the um
Yeah.
shooting phase. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is an interesting one. I think. I think it just like, I suppose there will be situations and times where let's take an las cannon squad for example. You just go, this thing is going to hit me and it's going to kill me straight away. Like
yeah,
so you know what? I'm going to pump rather than my 10 las cannon shots back. I'm going to pump 20 10 las cannon shots back
yeah,
because I just
yeah,
know that I'm going to die. So in
yeah,
one blaze of glory, like you could use this reaction and just go like whatever's about to hit me is a bloody strength 8 AP2 like breaching,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
or damage 2 blast. It's going to kill me outright. Let's just
Yeah.
fucking go to town on it.
That is
Yeah.
exactly when it's used. And like Kerry's written here, it's resolved at step 11. So you declare it at step 3 when your opponent
Mm,
is declaring what weapons they're going to use, but it is resolved at step 11.
yeah.
So even if you have models that have been killed, they still get to fire.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's exactly the same as a return fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Nice.
that's exactly it. If your entire squad's been killed, why not?
Yeah.
Like, you might as well just go, well, fuck it. Even if I overload, they're all dead anyways.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's good. It's just another thing to use.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Good to have in the arsenal.
if your
Not game
entire
changing
squad
necessarily,
hasn't
but
been killed,
yeah.
then you'd probably just use return
Yeah.
fire because
Yeah.
you're a bit like, well, do I want to kill myself?
Yeah. Okay.
But I
Yeah.
mean, overload one, it's
Yeah. Sorry. I
still
mean,
got to roll once,
yeah,
it's
yeah, and like you just like okay, I'm just going to use this because why not on my combi
yeah,
bolters or my
yeah,
terminators,
yeah,
so each one has 5 shots now. Like
yeah.
yeah, and they're not going to do bolters aren't going to do much against you, but they could do a fair amount against some tactical marines. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. What's next? So I was amazed to see that you had Blade 2 unique
Yes.
detachments. Of course, unique detachments can't be used in the allied for allies, but they can be used by the primary or the main force. And you got 2, so Hammer of Olympia and then Iron Cohort. Talk us through the Apex detachment first, because this. I saw this. I was like, this is an interesting Apex detachment that you've got access to here.
Yeah, so you've got 2 heavy assault, a heavy transport, and you've got 2 troop
Yeah.
choices. And then you've got a prime on one of the heavy assault and a
Hmm.
prime on one of the troop choices.
Hmm.
So I have never written a list where I would use this
Hmm.
personally,
Hmm.
just because I find the Apex detachments obviously gives you access to retinue or veterans, which me personally I am more likely to use than I would kind of heavy assault. I just feel like I mean, we'll get onto them, but your Iron Circle are retinue. You know, your
Yeah.
Dominators are
Yeah.
retinue.
Yeah.
So it's harder to fit them into a list
Mm.
if you use this as your Apex.
Yeah.
Like, it's a great Apex. Like, the Siege Tyrants are heavy assault.
That's a very
So
good
if
point.
you wanted to
Yeah.
stick a couple of those in, and then
Yeah.
you could give one a prime.
Yeah.
Like Kerry said, you can use the troop prime to put another heavy transport in, because
Hmm.
again, heavy transports are quite hard to fit in a list without
Yeah,
using
yeah, because often when you buy that,
logistical
you're just
benefit.
buying it for like one
Yeah,
slot, really. Yeah, which is why like the champion's so useful. The
and it
other,
is
yeah,
very Iron Warriors.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I just feel the trouble
on
with the
brand.
Apex is like I'd rather take elites
Yeah,
or retinue
yeah, yeah.
than
Interesting.
like I can just
Yeah,
put a heavy assault
yeah,
in a detachment.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's
yeah, but
interesting.
it's very Iron
I
Warriors.
the I seen those Tartarus siege terminators
Oh, I
that
don't
have the
know.
autocannons are. I'm going to assume that they're heavy sport, which could be like an
Yeah,
interesting option
that's
for these ones.
oh, you
Um,
filthy, filthy man.
Like because you could be like, okay, well, one squad of Terminators I put in the transport, and then the other one is just a ranged unit, so I'll just
Yeah,
keep them
yeah, yeah,
keep them at
yeah.
back
I'd
row.
have to double check.
Um, I mean, let's just say it is, and you guys can
yeah.
fuel our algorithm by putting it if we're wrong in the comments down below, or tell us we're right either way. So yeah, okay, and then just troops with a prime is always interesting,
Yeah, yeah.
because you just like, well, combat vets kind of would be useful, or alternatively giving them expendable, which we'll get to in a second.
Yes,
But yeah, so
yes.
just unlocking that is cool. You know what? It's not like is for me. This is not a supremacy cadre level kind of like Sons of Horus. This is bloody
No.
amazing. But like I can see if you want to build into it, then it's fine. What's interesting is only a Warsmith or Perturabo can take it. So a normal Praetor just couldn't take this as an
Yes, yeah,
apex
yeah, yeah,
detachment,
yeah,
which is
yeah.
interesting.
But then you're probably pretty much always going to take a Warsmith.
Yeah. Okay.
Spoilers.
Cool. Well, the next one, the Ironfire cohort, is interesting to me, and it's interesting to me because it's mentioned Arquiters, which we only just finished talking about on
Yes.
our latest Patreon Tactica. So talk us through the Ironfire cohort.
So I fucking love this.
Yeah.
So I'm Fire Cohort, so it's an auxiliary detachment. You get 2 support and 2 armor, and the armors have to be Arquiters.
Oh, well, that's not going to be too much of an issue, is it?
No, and then one of
Bloody
the
hell.
Arquiters gets a prime, which is unusual.
This
Putting
is
a
nuts. A
prime on a
prime tank. What?
Like Kerry said, well suited for logistical advantage. Which,
Yeah.
yeah, because you're kind of limited. So what you can, I mean, what could you
You
actually
can't do
put?
combat vets, or
No,
you can't make your
yeah.
tanker master
And
sergeant,
you
for
can't
example.
even do expendable because it has to go on infantry.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I
Okay.
initially
So
I
yeah, so
thought,
basically it's
oh,
logistical
but
advantage, isn't it?
yeah, but I mean the main reason I would take this is if I didn't want to take a oh fuck, the name's just gone from my head.
Just describe it for us. The one with
You can take this if you take a
Siegebreaker.
yeah, Siegebreaker. So
Yeah,
the Siegebreaker, it's the Storm Cohort or
yeah, I know what
something,
you
I
mean.
think it's
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
So this is essentially that, but you don't have to. You just have you can
Take the
take any
Siegebreaker.
command you
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
You could take any command. You don't have to
yeah.
take a
Okay, yeah,
Siegebreaker.
interesting. Yeah,
And again, it's very very Iron Warriors. The thing with the Siegebreaker one is you have to take rapiers.
right.
Whereas with this, you don't.
It's
Support can be
yeah.
anything. So if you
It
wanted to take
yeah,
2 Kratos,
yeah.
and then you wanted to take a couple of battlesmiths to fix them,
Mm.
then this is your cohort. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like this is for you.
Just to say though,
Sorry, not a couple of Kratos. Sorry, if you
couple of
wanted to take a couple
Arquiters.
of
Yeah,
Arquiters,
yeah.
but you wanted to take a couple of
Tech Marines.
Tech Marines,
Yeah,
like this is the way to do it.
yeah.
And let's face it, in 3rd edition, if you're
Mm.
taking vehicles, you're
You gotta
probably
take.
taking
Yeah,
some means of fixing
yeah,
those vehicles. And like, yeah, the Arquiters is just fucking amazing. But
yeah.
you could, Robert, you could take a Kratos.
Yeah.
You could
As
logistic benefit
logistical
it.
benefit. Yeah.
Take a Kratos, and then
Yeah.
you got your 2 Tech Marines to
Yeah.
fix your Kratos.
Fix between the three. Yeah.
So I find this cohort actually has a lot of play.
Really does.
I
The
think it's really good.
The flexibility of that, the sports just being open to anything
Yeah.
is great. Arquiters, again, if you haven't seen the latest Patreon episode, make sure you do because we talk about that an awful lot. And there's not a bad choice.
No.
And then just the logistical advantage is great because I think for me, I was like, well, I'll just open up another sports slot so I can have 3 lots of like
Yeah, or that,
and then
yeah.
2 Arquiters, and then I've got my backfield like Iron Warriorsy kind of like shooting, and then
I
job's
mean,
done.
again, you could
Just for
if you wanted to take 3
one detachment. Crazy.
So again, this is it's an interesting one, isn't it? You could take I run 3 rapiers.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to protect them is to split them up.
Yeah, 100%.
Because then you can only shoot one at a time.
Yeah, yeah.
The flip side of that is, as we'll get into with the Cognos Signum, is the Cognos Signum is the next shoot and attack with barrage.
Right.
So if you took 3 individual rapiers, only one of those would benefit from that Cognos Signum.
Okay, interesting.
So that's just something to be aware of.
Yeah, okay.
But I just think, yeah, you could take 3 rapiers, or you could take Tech Marines, or you could take apothecaries. Like the fact that those support choices aren't restricted
It's really
is
powerful.
huge.
Yeah. Really.
Because they're so. Otherwise, you have to take an entire detachment
Just for and usually
for support.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this one. I
Nice.
really like them both. I think they're both very fluffy, for Iron Warriors, but the Iron Fire Cohort is the one that
It's
I would probably
definitely
use
premium,
most.
definitely up there. Yeah, nice, cool. Okay, let's have a look. What is next? So I think we're going to get into our Legion Armory now. So yeah, so walk us through these. So we've got
Yes.
because I've been asking you again lots about Shrapnel when we did our Patreon episode. Lots about Shrapnel cannons and things like that, and what I can replace them
Yeah.
on.
See, I
So
hadn't really looked at these, if I'm totally honest.
right, okay,
I'm a bit kind of I I will use things from the legacy,
mm,
but I try to stay away from it because
mm,
I have a feeling like it's the last we will ever see of many of the legacies. I could be
yeah,
totally wrong, but I wouldn't be surprised if we either see these appear in a journal
yeah,
and then they become an official. Like, I mean, I know the legacies is official, but the legacies get smaller and smaller every edition,
mm,
and I just feel like it's something they kind of want to go away. I could be totally wrong on that, so I
mm,
tend, although I am currently putting together a Dominators unit.
yeah, yeah. Okay,
But
cool.
yeah,
Okay,
so I just hadn't really looked at them. So actually, when we were talking about them in one of the previous shows, that was the first time I actually really paid attention.
mm,
But they're okay.
yeah.
Like they're all right. But I
Okay,
tell you
well,
what
talk
is
us through
great.
the grav. Yeah, talk us through the
Yeah.
grav crusher and grav mace, and then talk us through the
So
shrapnel
the Graviton
flagons.
Crusher is in the Liber
Yeah,
book. So this
yeah,
is your kind of main official thing, Graviton Crusher. So it's -2 initiative, attacks as base, +4 strength, AP2, damage 2, armor bane, shock pinned. So I really like this.
mm,
It's +4 strength rather than most Thunderhammers are kind of +3. Well,
mm,
Thunderhammers are +3, aren't they?
mm,
And the shock pinned, gives you a chance to roll a 5 to hit, and
yeah,
then you've pinned whatever you're hitting. So,
yeah, yeah. It's really nice that, and I like the fact it's armor bane and you're not losing attacks because I think the chain fist is armor bane, but every time you want
oh,
to use
you
it, it loses
-1 attack.
loses an attack.
Yes.
So I think
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
yeah, this is a good option, and it's the
I
massive bloody crusher that the
Yeah,
Warlord is
yeah.
holding,
I
isn't
think
it?
it's a little situational because it's usually strapped to a Cataphracti Praetor,
Mm,
so uh, it's probably easy to keep your vehicles away from it.
mm,
But yeah, I like it.
it's
Like
nice.
just a chance to put a shock pinned on a vehicle is
Yeah,
always nice.
yeah,
And then the Graviton Mace is in the Legacies book, and this is -1 initiative, attacker's base, +3 strength, AP3, damage 1, armor bane, shock pinned.
yeah. It's just a
And
slightly
the
worse
Graviton
version.
Mace is added to the officer and the sergeant war gear list, so you can
Yeah.
stick these on your sergeants,
Hmm.
which I think is quite a nice choice. Like AP3, what's not to like? If you're putting this on a despoiler sergeant or something,
Mm.
you're going to get a chance to bash some tac marines on the head.
Yeah,
But you also have the chance to shock pin a
yeah,
vehicle or a dreadnought or
yeah. It's
something
nice. Yeah,
like that. So yeah, I think these are really good, and they're fluffy. Like it's
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
And
Cool.
then we have the
Yeah,
shrapnel
yeah.
weapons.
Talk us through these then.
Yeah, so shrapnel pistol. I mean, any unit they have to be entirely composed of Iron Warriors. So
Hmm.
if you've stuck, I don't know. Not that people tend to now because of the negatives to cool and whatnot, but
Yeah.
if you had a mix, if you
Well, no,
were,
but I
you
think that
couldn't put one.
but the upgrade takes place, so you could add like a character from another legion. It's just that the at the stage where you're list building.
Oh,
Yeah, does that make
interesting.
sense?
So
Like it's
I
just
was
the list building stage,
thinking. So what I'm thinking is a Pravian,
right?
because the if you add Castellax with the Pravian, they don't
Yeah.
have
Okay.
the
Interesting.
Iron Warriors trait.
Yeah. Okay. I'm assuming that this, because it's done because it's an upgrade. It's done at the list building stage. I'd assume that that would
Mm.
be okay. I think. Yeah.
But would you not? Because the Pravian is you choose the Pravian and it comes with the Castellax,
But
doesn't it?
it doesn't come
Castellax,
joined to the Castellax. The
does he
Castellax,
not?
no, the Castellax fill a
Oh,
different
interesting.
slot. They
Okay,
create a
so
different slot.
ignore what I was saying about that. I'll be honest, I tend not to run these just because I prefer the range on my pistols and bolter. Because well, we'll get into it. So the pistols are +2 points per person, and the bolters are +3 points. per person, which is quite a lot, I think. You know, it's 30 points for a 10-man tac squad. I tend to would rather keep tac squads cheaper. And the shrapnel pistol is range 10, one shot, strength 4, AP dash, damage 1, pistol, and they have the pinning 0. And then the shrapnel bolter is 18-inch range, two shots, strength 4, damage 1, AP dash, damage 1, pinning 0. So pinning's great. Would you, if you're running a 20-man despoiler squad, would you want to put all those
40 points for that?
extra points just for the chance to, pin in 0? Personally, I don't. But, status is a status.
Do you have to upgrade every guy with a shrapnel pistol?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay,
The way
well,
it reads, I would
check
say
that.
no.
I
would
no,
say you probably don't.
no, because that's where you would be quite cheeky and just be like, I'm just gonna put 3.
Oh, I'd have to look at the.
I'll look while you.
Yeah,
on the,
I'd have to
while you
look at
talk
the
us through it.
exact wording.
But I'd be interested just to be like, well, I'm just going to upgrade one guy with a pistol, and then I've got the chance.
Yeah, interesting. I feel like you are being a dirty dog if you do
I
that.
agree with that. You could do it on the sergeant though. I could be like, oh, he's got like the shrapnel.
Yeah, maybe I'd still call bullshit.
Cool. Well, talk us through the shrapnel cannon then.
And then the shrapnel cannons are added to the Legion heavy weapons list for plus 15 points each. Or you can take 2 sponsor-mounted shrapnel cannons, which are added to the Legion sponsor weapons list for 10 points. And you can take a pintle-mounted shrapnel cannon, which is again added to the Legion pintle weapons list for 15 points.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad choice.
I don't think so. No. I would probably rather take 2 sponsor-mounted ones for 10 points than a single pintle-mounted one for 15 points. But I don't hate these. So the shrapnel cannon is 36-inch range, 3 shots, strength 5, AP 5, damage 1, pinning 0, shred 6+. So in this case, it's losing the heavy. There's no heavy FP, but you're gaining pinning 0 and shred 6+.
Yeah,
so I actually quite like these.
Yeah, I think this is a good option, and then I think it's a good option on the Punisher actually as well, because we had obviously talked about it in the Tactica where we said, look, the main gun, is it suppressive 2? I think it is, and then if you add the shrapnel cannon on in some way, shape, or form, you're then
I quite like these on rhinos.
Yep.
Just as a bit of a long range, you could have your heavy flamer, but this is a 36-inch range. It's quite nice. You can.
Yeah, but it's the same as the heavy bolter, so yeah.
Yeah, so
and
this is the one that doesn't lose range. It loses the heavy, which I quite like.
And then just one final thing. No, it says you may upgrade like individual models. It doesn't say the whole unit has to be upgraded.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think that if you wanted to absolutely game it, then you just be like, oh, these 2 guys have shrapnel.
Yeah, and then you'd have to model it, because then you'd have to know which ones are still on the table and which ones aren't. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll be honest. It's something I would rather have the range. Pistols. You're not pinning anything with volley fire, are you? So
No.
like I'd rather have the range on bolters than the chance to pin. But yeah, it's another option.
Yeah. Nice. Right, let's have a look what is next. So prime advantage, the unfavored. This is pretty cool. Talk us through this one then.
Yeah, so only available to infantry units, like I said previously, and it grants the unit expendable 1, which essentially, for those that don't know, if your opponent scores points for killing that unit, they get 1 less point. So if you had Vanguard 3 and you actually managed to score Vanguard, you would end up scoring 2. First strike, is it? So first strike tends to be quite high, though, doesn't it?
It tends to be 4. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you had first strike 4, you would get 3. So it's good. I think this would have a lot more benefit if you were playing kind of kill points and stuff. I don't know how it would work with that.
Yeah.
you know, if you've got one kill point for killing this unit and it's got expendable one, you're then kind of getting fuck all. But
Yeah,
in
I
the
don't.
official
Yeah,
rules,
yeah. I don't know. I think, yeah, expendable one is quite useful. I just think
I think
combat
it's
vets
good.
is. I just think combat vets is just a better primate vets.
Yeah, again though, it's very kind of flavorful for
Yeah,
the Iron Warriors.
yeah,
I like all these rules. Like, you know, Perturabo just doesn't care. It's like, oh no, a load of my dudes have died. I'll just throw more dudes at them.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So, like, yeah, I think it's quite fluffy, and I do think it has a place. I think the only time there's times when I would use this. So, in one of my lists, I have a Tech Marine running around on his own, and because he has a Prime, I've given him expendable
Oh,
one.
okay, right, that makes
Because
sense.
he is on his own, it
Yeah,
makes him
yeah,
a
yeah.
vulnerable target.
Okay,
So
yeah, yeah,
if you do kill him first strike, you're getting less
yeah. What
points.
less points? Yeah. Okay.
And if I was running Perturabo, we'll talk about Perturabo later on, I would probably run all my units with Prime
Yeah.
expendable just because it's
Okay,
kind
just
of fluffy. It's just quite cool.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. I love that.
And they
Yeah.
get an extra expendable in turn one, so they'd be expendable
Oh, right.
two
Okay, expendable too.
in
Okay, that's
turn
really
one.
nice. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I love that.
But I'll probably never run Perturabo, so.
Meat into the grinder. Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
let's have a look. What is next then?
Oh, this is it. We're
So
into the
going into
units.
straight into Legion units now.
Yeah.
So my impression of Tyrant Siege Terminators is that they've taken a little bit of a nerf this edition because they were pretty godly in first
Yes.
edition, pretty godly in
Yeah.
second edition, and I know that because Alpha Legion players aren't talking about taking these anymore,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that is the marker of whether a Legion unit is good or not, whether Alpha Legion players want to steal it off of them.
Yeah.
So quickly whiz
Yeah.
us through these ones, but really it's the missiles is the most important bit, isn't it? Really?
Yeah,
So
so
whiz us through
well, I
these.
think one of the important things is it's 300 points for a squad of five.
Whew.
I think that is very important when we think about this unit.
Yeah.
They take up a heavy assault slot, which I do like because, like I've said previously, I find elite squats, elite slots, and retinue slots. I find them quite precious.
So these guys
the
will fill that apex like those
Yes,
heavy
yes. If you wanted to
slots on the
take
apex.
the Iron Warriors Apex detachment, you could stick two squads of these in. I mean, two squads of five each would be 600
Yeah,
points.
that's a lot, isn't it? Fucking hell. Yeah.
And then you can take up to an extra five for 55 points each. Their stats are movement 6, weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength 4, toughness 5, 2 wounds each, initiative
Just
4.
yeah, same
2
as normal
attacks. So
Terminators, aren't they?
they're basically
Yeah.
normal Terminators,
Yeah.
2 plus 4 plus. They have a bulky 2. They've got implacable advance, slow and purposeful. They have firing protocols 2. Which is kind of their saving grace, I really
yeah,
think.
well, I mean, that's the kind of thing that Saturnine Terminators dream about, isn't it? Having
Yeah,
firing protocols too. Like,
yeah,
they
yeah.
have to stay still to get their
Yeah.
firing protocols too.
And
or
they have
whatever.
support unit 1, which is kind of
Yeah, okay.
frustrating, but I do get. But being able to stick these, if you could stick these on an objective and they could at least score the objective. But yeah, they come equipped with Tyrant rocket launcher, the combi bolter, and power fists, and you can swap combi bolters for Legion combi weapons. And the Siege Master can take an omniscope, which basically means your opponents don't get cover saves.
No, that's really good, actually.
That's quite
Really good.
nice.
Yeah, really,
And
really
then Legacies allows you to take lightning claws, chain fists, and grenade harness. Grenade harness, fucking wouldn't even dream of taking it.
Yeah.
Lightning claws is interesting, but I feel you need the combi bolters to make these actually.
Yeah, 4 shots
worthwhile.
apiece. It's interesting with the combi bolters that we had no discussion about you can upgrade those to shrapnel combi bolters. Like that is not a thing that you're able to
No, that's not a
do.
thing. No.
Interesting. Because yeah, that is interesting. I suppose all I'd say is at the 24-inch range, they're pumping out their missiles, which we'll get to in a second.
Yeah.
And then four shots apiece.
4 shots apiece.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I feel like, this is So the Tyrant rocket launcher has 2 fire modes. You've got Swarmer, which is 48-inch, 3 shots, strength 5, AP 6, damage 1, heavy firepower, and breaching 6 plus. So if you don't move them, 4 shots each.
Yeah.
Strength 5, breaching 6 plus. That's pretty
right.
good.
It's all right. Yeah.
And then you've got the Breaker, which is 48-inch, 1 shot, strength 9, AP 3, damage 1, heavy damage, armor bane. So obviously one's kind of
Right.
anti-infantry,
Yeah,
one's
one's
meant to be
anti-tank, really.
anti-tank,
Yeah.
but it's kind of a poor man's version of the last cannon.
Mm.
And as we all know, the last cannon isn't particularly amazing in this edition
Yeah.
unless you're getting that extra damage.
Yeah.
The way I see these being used is kind of mid-table.
Yeah.
You want them within 24 inches because you want to be using the bolters, but
Mm.
then that kind of negates the range of the Tyrant rocket.
Yeah.
But you just want to be pumping shots out. But for
Yeah.
me personally, and I've never run these. I run these in first edition. They're
Mm.
fucking amazing. But I've never run these in third edition.
Mm.
I did ask a few people, and I did a bit of like sniffing around the internet. And the opinions are kind of mixed, to be honest. Some
Right.
people love them. They're like,
Mm.
yeah, the swarm was amazing. You're
Right.
throwing out 4 shots each. You got 4 shots from the bolter,
Yeah.
combi
Okay. So
bolters
8
each.
shots each. Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're pumping out a lot of rounds. And then other people are like, they just don't do a lot. They don't do much damage. They're
Mm.
300 points. So yeah, mixed opinions on these. Personally, I would only take these really because they look cool. I mean,
Mm.
the models are dated now. They need new models because they're
Mm.
kind of teeny tiny
Mm.
dudes. I have fucking bags of these dudes. I literally have boxes. I think I've got about 20 sat in my bits box from back in first edition when I was going to go fucking nuts with them.
Yeah. So
Um,
the last thing I'll kind of say before we move on to the next unit with these is the first thing is they've taken an obvious nerf. However,
mm,
what I would say is they seem like a good candidate to me to give Vanguard to for from Master of Signals, particularly with
yes,
like
yeah,
that
yeah,
amount of shots.
yeah.
I think that it's an interesting prospect just being like, can I hammer attack squad so much that basically it just like kills them.
I
Um,
yeah, I
yeah,
agree totally. And the fact that the thing is, for every argument, there's a counter argument. The trouble is, they're only 6 inch move, and they're
yeah,
terminators. They're six
yeah,
inch move. They're heavy. They're infantry heavy, so they can't run.
yeah.
So you've got to get them to that point first. You don't want to be buying tanks for them because they're
Yeah.
already 300 points.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, all I'd say is that because the like just on top of that to reinforce that is that yeah, you've got like 5 guys, attack marines, hidden in a building, standing on top of an objective.
Hmm.
But your squad has an omniscope in it.
Yeah,
You're
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like, I'm going to fire into that attack
Breakers
squad,
into them.
and then like you can't get your cover save.
Yeah,
They're just
yeah.
deleted, and therefore I get Vanguard.
I
I can
don't.
see that being useful.
When I first looked at these, when I first opened the Liber, I was like, these are fucking trash.
Yeah,
And then, like, as you play a few games
yeah,
and you realize how the game works, I'm like, you know what? These
yeah. There could be a
actually
place
do
for
have a
them.
place,
Yeah, yeah,
which I think is mid-board, like you say, going after tactical
yeah,
squads, the spoiler
yeah,
squads. I just keep coming back to, I would run these as a squad of 6. That's 355
yeah. It's a lot of
points.
points, isn't it? It's
And
hard
you're
to
going to be
through.
foot slogging them. I do not want to be buying a Land Raider for these guys because
No,
that's another
yeah. It's too much.
260
Too
odd
much. Too
points
much. Yeah,
that you're sinking into killing tac marines that
yeah.
my fucking quad rapiers can do
You just deal with as well
for
as yeah,
120
if not better.
points.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, so that's the thing. But I do like these, and again, they're a cool looking unit. They're very Iron Warriors. I'd love to know how people have been getting on with them. Let us know if you've been using these, how you've been using them. I see these as a mid-board, yeah, like you say, like you want them within 24 inches, just absolutely blasting tac
yeah.
squads
Cool.
off objectives.
Nice. Okay, cool. Well, let's talk us through this one. So these are the real winners this edition
Yes,
for Iron Warriors, right?
yes,
Like I faced
yeah,
these with like an attached Forge Lord and Warsmith, and
yeah.
I couldn't do anything against them. Like they kept on being repaired, and like they are terrifying. So if you are an Iron Warriors player and want to get some of these, I think that is a very, very, very good idea. So talk us through
Yes.
this one, and then at the end we'll
So,
talk about the size of the unit we think we should be taking.
okay, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Iron Circle are a retinue slot. They're automata heavy.
And this goes
Hun-
back to what you were saying before about because me and you had a conversation before we came on because I said, man, that bloody Apex detachment is good. And you were like, yeah, but don't forget Iron Circle are retinue and you don't get retinue out
But
there.
you could use the
Logistical advantage,
logistical
right? Yeah, benefit,
benefits
sorry.
to fit these in.
Yeah.
So 150 points for one, and then you can have an additional up to 5 for 135 points each. They are movement 7, weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength and toughness 7. Wounds are only 4, like
Right.
most
Yeah.
automata.
Yeah.
But we'll get onto why that doesn't matter. Initiative 3, attacks 3, leadership 8, cool 12. Excuse me. Willpower, intelligence 5, and they have a 2 plus, 5 plus
Brilliant.
save.
Brilliant. 2+. Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have impact attacks, so they're going up to 4 attacks on the charge. They have firestorm.
Firestorm, that's crazy. What the
Yes.
fuck?
Yeah.
What? What?
Bulky for implacable advance, and they have the Shield of the Iron Tyrant special rules. So only Iron Warrior commands and paragons, so Perturabo and Iron Warrior commands, can join this unit.
Right. That's not,
And
I
it,
mean, that's fucking easy peasy, isn't it?
yeah. And then additionally, if a paragon model is in the unit, they may not be targeted with precision
Okay,
shots.
so basically only when Perturabo's in there, the shield's kind of like protecting
And this
him.
was something I didn't pick. I read these rules when I first picked up the book, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Yeah, any command gets
Yeah,
isn't
it's
targeted,
just the
but it's
paragon. Yeah.
literally the paragon,
Yeah.
which is a shame because they're there to protect. Like
Yeah.
that's literally their sole purpose as
Yeah.
bodyguards. But yeah, they are Perturabo's bodyguards. So they come equipped with Graviton Crusher, which we've talked about just a minute ago, and they have the twin shrapnel cannon and the Carceri battle shield. I want to say Carceri, but
Yeah.
who fucking knows? And the shield is the thing that
Mate,
makes these
it's fucking
absolute
nuts.
motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So any unsaved wounds on an iron circle has its damage characteristic halved, rounding up. So you shoot these with autocannons, they're only doing 1 damage each. If you had a last cannon that didn't move, doesn't matter, it's only doing 1 damage.
Hit them with a
And
Typhon, and it's only 3 damage now, not 6.
that's
Right?
it. And it's that yeah,
Yeah.
that exactly that. It's fucking huge. And the fact that you have them with probably well, I would always run these with a Warsmith. And then your Warsmith's just fixing them.
Yeah.
It's they're slow moving, they're heavy, they're not running. So you need to think about where you're deploying them when you begin the battle. But everything's so much quicker nowadays anyways, that things are probably coming towards you. Especially if you're putting them near an objective that your opponent wants, or somewhere that your opponent's going to go.
So that makes them cool 13, does it? Because they're heavy. I assume so.
Yeah, I guess. I don't think you can go. Can you go over 12?
I think you can.
Cool?
I think,
Okay.
yeah, because isn't like Horus
Oh,
like
because the
fucking leadership
Primarchs are.
14?
Yeah. So yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, so they don't give a fuck, basically.
Crazy.
They do not give a
Crazy.
fuck. And the twin shrapnel cannon, 36-inch, 6
6 shots.
each.
What?
Boom.
What?
Strength 5, AP 5, damage 1, pinning 1, shred 5 plus.
Yeah.
So they are kicking out some shots. Yeah, these are just they're fucking awesome, and I'm glad because they've been a bit shit in previous editions. They were never worth the points in previous editions. So yeah, I think these are fucking great, and
Yeah.
also even now these were some of the first models that came out. They look so cool.
Some of the best
they're
looking
so
models,
good.
easily. Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
2 of these sat in a box waiting to be built and painted.
Oh, mate, you need to
they look
get on that. Like,
so good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to know because I've been looking, or I thought, you can take these as a rewards of treason unit for Alpha Legion. That is
Right.
a legitimate thing to do. But it's interesting. So I just want to confirm here. So with the Shield of the Iron Tyrant, so any model with the Iron Warriors trait and the Paragon type or command subtype can join. So I'm not sure if you took these as a rewards of treason unit for Alpha Legion, you could actually attach any characters to them.
No, because it's only Iron Warrior
Warriors.
command.
Yeah, and I don't think the Alpha Legion rule kind of like changes like the base rules within those
No.
within that unit. So yeah,
No.
okay, interesting, cool. Very, very nice unit, very, very cool. And basically, this is this bizarre kind of like pseudo Eternal Warrior thing that they've got going on that makes them
Yes.
just so hardy.
Yeah. And the fact
Um,
that someone's just fixing them
yeah, yeah,
constantly
yeah,
is
yeah,
just, yeah, it's
yeah,
so
it's brilliant.
good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so definitely worth taking. And just a final point on that one though. I mean, for me, I think it's probably sensible at 2,500, probably like three in a unit. Seems sensible. Was
Yeah,
that?
I
Would you
don't
go
think
more
you'd
than
want to
that?
take more than that. I would probably run kind of two, just
Yeah,
because the points start adding up.
stacking up. Yeah.
And then the trouble with them as well is they are heavy. If you put them in with like a Terminator Warsmith, he's only moving 6 inches a turn,
That's a good point. Yeah, yeah,
so you can kind of stay away from them.
yeah.
But yeah, for me personally, because I run the Typhon, I would keep these near the Typhon. The Warsmith can fix them, or he can fix the Typhon.
Yeah.
Anything
Okay.
comes near the Typhon, they're just gonna fucking batter it.
Can we just go back one
Yeah,
to
yeah.
before? So their strength, okay, strength 7. So the Graviton Crusher was +4 strength, wasn't it?
Yes. So
Yeah.
their strength
Wow,
11.
11,
Yeah,
and their armor
yeah,
bane on top of that as well,
yeah.
and then shot pinned. Wow. I mean, there's not a tank this is not going to be able to take. And then
No.
so you have to forgive my ignorance about automata. Can you put automata in a transport, or is that not a thing any longer?
Yes.
I
We
will. You
will
know
get
what?
onto.
I'm gonna look that up. I
We
think.
will get on to, there is one
Right.
transport I know of that
Yeah.
can literally only take these.
Oh, right. Interesting.
Um,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know whether you could stick it.
Like, but what I'm saying is, like,
Could
can
you
you put them
stick
in a
him in like
Storm
a Land
Eagle
Raider?
or a
A
Land Raider,
Storm
right?
Eagle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, fuck.
fucking crouching out of the fucking hatch. I'll have a
I
look.
want to say no. I want to say that you can't,
Okay,
but
cool. Okay, well, I've got
I feel it's
my.
only infantry with the bulky.
Yeah, okay, cool. Well, let us
But
know
yeah,
in the comments down below whether you could put Iron Circle in a transport that isn't the Tormentor or whatever it is.
yeah.
Because definitely would be curious to know about them, whether these could be like barging out of a Storm Eagle. Right, okay, Inductii. So these are new units. We haven't done kind of like its own kind of show and episode. We're kind of covering them in the deep dives.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, they're just Inductii stats across the board. Like they're just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
pretty
yeah.
basic.
They're
But
they're
yeah, but give us the sexy rule. So what do these guys get that other people don't get?
So what do these get? They get expendable one.
Oh, just baked in.
Just
Okay, that's
baked in,
really
straight off
nice.
the bat.
Oh wow. Okay.
Because the thing with Inductii is you can't give them a prime benefit, can you?
Right.
That's
Yeah. No.
that's the
No.
Inductii rule is you can't give them a
Yeah.
prime benefit.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah. Yeah.
you took these with
That's
like
nice.
Perturabo, they
Yeah.
wouldn't benefit from the prime.
Yeah. Okay.
But you could take these as extra troops
Mm.
and they would still get, yeah, they've got expendable one
Yeah.
embedded
Nice.
into it. And then they have implacable advance.
That's
So
pretty nice, isn't it?
you can shoot your bolters
Bolter.
as
Yeah.
as volley fire.
Or your shotgun, as you're about
Or
to
your
tell
shot.
us.
Well, yes. So this is the funky thing. So they can take shotguns for 2 points each.
Right. Okay.
And shotguns are great, but shotguns are assault.
Ah, so
So you
the
would
implacable
still
advance will,
get to do it, even if you didn't have implacable advance. So it's a
Okay.
weird
Yeah.
thing, but yeah, shotgun. I can't remember off the top of my head. Are they stun 0? I think.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah, stun 0. Yeah, it's firepower 2, range strength. Oh, yeah, they are assault. Yeah, okay, interesting. Yeah, range 12. Yeah, it's interesting. I think I mean, it's probably going to be the same, isn't it? Which is just like I'll upgrade like two guys in this unit with a shotgun so I can get the stun, and
Yeah.
everybody else can have bolters, and then
Yeah,
they can
yeah,
fire their bolters from there.
yeah. Exactly that. Yeah, it's
A ragtag band of kind
I
of
just
like
think the
variously armored.
Inductii you want to keep cheap,
Yeah,
and if you're throwing, 20 points for shotguns
yeah, you probably
into
want to avoid that really.
a
Yeah.
squad, it's probably not
Do they have a?
worth it.
So here's the other thing I want to say. Do they? I'd have to double check this. They've got cool 8 on there, which seems quite high for an Inductii squad. So I'm going to double check that when we go to our next unit because I think my Inductii for Alpha Legion are actually cool 7, and I think most are cool 7.
Interesting.
Because I think a normal Legionnaire in Astartes is just cool 7. So
Cool
I
7,
will
yeah.
double check that's not a typo in a second. But yeah, talk us. Yeah, okay, interesting. Keep them cheap. Shotguns are an interesting choice for them.
I like
Expendable
it.
ones,
Yeah, I
nice.
think they're
Yeah.
cool. I mean, I would run a squad of 10 with shotguns just for the lulz, to be honest, just because fucking why not?
Yeah, Zone War
But
Silas could be quite fun.
I do like the fact that Bolter with implacable advance is
Yeah,
it's actually great if you're going against another tax squad.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, cool.
Cool. Okay, so Dominators. I'm sure you've got loads to say about these because these are basically
Yes.
like the elite like unit for Iron Warriors. They were really strong last edition,
Yeah.
and they basically were the guys who protected Perturabo until they utterly
Yeah.
failed miserably at the Battle of Fal.
Yeah.
So and then they were kind of
Relegated.
AI kind of like took over their
Yeah.
jobs.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
now these guys are squandering at the bottom of the bloodbound or whatever the bloody thing's called or
Iron
whatever.
Iron Blood.
Iron blood. Yeah. So talk us through these guys then, because you are building these
So
guys at the moment, right?
I am, yeah. So these are a legacy unit. They are a retinue slot. You can only take up to one squad.
Right.
Zero
Okay.
to
There's
one
just
option.
one.
225 points for a unit of 5, and then plus 45 points for each extra one. You can take up to a maximum of 10. They're infantry heavy. So their stats are movement 6, weapon skill 5. So these are one of those rare options in the Iron Warriors that have a weapon skill 5. This is like your only kind of combat unit, really. Close combat unit. So the ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 5, wounds 2, initiative 4, 3 attacks each, leadership 9, cool 8, willpower intelligence 7. They obviously have a 2+4+ save. They are bulky 2, expendable 1. They have hatred automata, which I love
Yeah.
because they're basically just
It's
hate.
plus one to wound, isn't it, on automata? Right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just a flat +1 to
Yeah.
wound. They have implacable advance, slow and purposeful, and they have the special rule, those once honored, which basically means Perturabo. This unit can never be joined by Perturabo
Yeah.
because he
Nice.
is just so disgusted by them,
Yeah.
which I fucking love.
Love it. Yeah.
Uh, they come armed with combi bolters and thunder hammers.
Yeah.
And then every 1 in 5, you can swap a combi bolter for a heavy flamer, a multi melter, or a reaper auto
Monster
cannon.
Mouse is quite unusual, man. Like
Yeah,
only
yeah,
deliverers, I think, and just Aaron can take those.
yeah.
Yeah, really unusual. Yeah.
Um, you can swap any Thunderhammer for a Chain Fist for +5 points.
Yeah. So how many attacks would you have? So you do 2 attacks with a chain fist. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably worth
which,
putting 1 or 2 in there. Yeah.
yeah, I see these as going after other elite units, to be
Mm.
honest, rather than vehicles, because it is literally one of the very few.
Leave the vehicle destruction to the Iron Circle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then any model may swap the combi bolter for a Volkite charger
Mm.
or Legion combi weapons.
Okay, so these are interesting. So a couple of things just to point out. I guess for me, Terminators with like lightning claws are always really attractive because of the amount of
Yeah,
attacks you get on them. You basically don't have that as an option for
no,
these guys.
no.
They seem like quite a cheap option at 225, considering they've
Yeah,
got like baked in thunder hammers and baked
yeah,
in
yeah,
and just like they're going to be Iron Warriors against mech. If you're a mech player, you should be fearing Iron Warriors. Like they're not going to fear all your kind of like pinning 3 shit, and you're also like bam automata +1 to wound.
yeah, yeah,
Bam.
yeah, yeah.
Would you go squad of 6, more than that, less than that?
Six, 5 or 6, to be honest. I would. The way I plan on running these is 5 and then stick a Legion champion in with them.
Yeah. And
Just so he can
yeah,
do
okay.
some damage.
And
They're
are
basically
you
backing up.
upset by the fact that they don't have Vanguard, or are you absolutely cool and fine
No,
with the fact
no,
that they don't
that
have
does
Vanguard?
not bother me in the slightest.
Okay.
Because I don't see these as I don't I wouldn't throw these into tax squads
Yeah.
unless there was nothing else to kill that tax squad,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like Iron Warriors have nothing close combat.
Hmm.
So this is literally your one kind of weapon skill 5 choice outside of what you get in the Libra, like Legion specific models. This is literally it, and I just think they're cool. Like
Yeah. Really cool.
it's just cool.
Yeah.
Another thing to remember is that they don't have a sergeant.
Ah, interesting.
So you can't give them Master Sergeant, which is a shame. So there's no kind of weapon skill 6 sergeants that you can do. That's not a thing.
Oh, right.
So they literally, you buy these and that is it. But
There's
the
there's
interesting
no
things,
champion within the unit.
no, there's no nothing. They are just
Oh, right.
5 dominators.
Interesting.
And then, yeah, that's just something to be aware of.
Yeah.
If you were looking to prime them, which is what I had originally planned to do.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting. That's really interesting, that actually.
Which
Yes,
is why I would add something like a champion or someone
to take
who can actually
yeah.
punch people. But I really like these. I think for what they do, they are very cheap. And yeah. I mean,
Nice. Cool.
Thunderhammers aren't the all singing, all dancing murder thing they were in second edition,
No, but they're still pretty fucking
but
decent.
they're still fucking good. So yeah, I like
Yeah.
these a lot.
Yeah,
I like them a
interesting.
lot.
Interesting. Cool. Just another point on that one. If you're going for like combi grav, I think it would probably make sense to add the heavy flamer in there as well
That is exactly what I've done.
because you're like, oh,
Yes,
panic this and then suck
yes.
down on this pinning.
I
Boom,
did this
boom.
motherfucker. The only
Yeah.
other thing I would say is something like combi melters. If you're throwing them into a combat unit that's quite
Yeah.
hardy,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you
100%.
know, you get to kind of
Fucking goodbye,
melt some
Saturnine. Fucking
terminators. Yeah,
boom.
yeah.
Yeah, mate, melters are
Um,
fucking Saturnine murderers. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Okay, so another legacy unit that we've got here, the Iron Havocs. So
yes,
these were just fucking horrendous last edition because they were like
yes,
ignored cover or whatever. They were ballistic skill 5, and thankfully they've lost
yes.
their ballistic skill 5, and not quite in the same
Yeah,
place as they were before.
really not.
They're just
No.
like a and just to before we move on, Lee, they are the Iron Warriors Inductii are the, and I thought this was the case, the only Inductii with just their basic dudes being cool 8.
Interesting.
Like you
Interesting.
can get cool 8 if you like upgrade to an Evocati Sergeant
Right.
on the Ultramarines, right? But like just base stats, cool 8, they're the
Yes.
only Inductii that have them, which is really good because that means that
Yeah.
their cool is higher than normal Tamarines, which is nuts.
And then they don't take any effects from
No,
statuses,
yeah, really, really good.
so
Yeah,
they
really,
really
really
don't
good.
give a fuck.
No.
So
So
yeah, the
yes,
Iron Havocs, yeah,
so these
these have
their
taken a
stats.
massive nerf,
Yeah,
I'll
so
be
basically,
honest.
but their stats are just basically the same as any other
Basic,
like heavy
basic,
support squad, right?
basic Marine
Yeah.
stats and Marine Sergeant stats. You get 4 Havocs and a Sergeant for 135 points,
Okay.
and you can take up to 5 additional Havocs for 25 points each. They take up a support slot. They're
Hmm.
basically a heavy support squad,
Yeah.
but they come equipped with shrapnel cannons.
Okay.
Obviously, your
Yeah.
normal heavy support squad doesn't come equipped with anything, and then you buy the
Yeah.
weapons. And
Yeah. Yeah.
these come equipped with shrapnel cannons, and then you upgrade.
Mm.
Their support unit 1, they have the Ferrum Ocularis.
Yeah.
So if the unit remains stationary, then your opponent can't make cover saves, but
Yeah.
only if they remain stationary.
Yeah.
And you can replace the shrapnel cannons for auto cannons for 10 points, the missile launchers for 5 points, and the last cannons for 15 points.
So I've got some feelings on this, but what's your kind of
Yeah.
just initial
So my
thoughts?
feelings are I would probably just take a heavy support squad because it
Right.
works out cheaper. Once
Right.
because I was like 15 points for last cannon, holy shit. And then
Yeah.
you remember actually you're paying
Yeah.
for
Already
the
for them.
shrapnel cannons.
Yeah.
If I was to run these, I'd probably just run them with shrapnel cannons. Because they just come with them and you're not adding
Yeah.
any more points to it. But I did the maths on these, and pretty much every time it's just cheaper to run heavy support squad. And the Ferrum Ocularis, yeah, it's great, but
Yeah.
unless you're using like crack missiles or las cannons, they're just going to be getting their saves anyways.
I mean, this was the point I was going to make to you. So, like a heavy support squad is what, like 50 points, isn't it, base? And every guy is 10
Yeah.
points, but it's the equipment where it adds up. So, like 10 missile launchers, so 250 points. I don't know. And then each one's 30. Yeah, okay, each one's 30 points on top of that. And then if you had a missile launcher, yeah, I think you're probably right. The maths is just better on just a heavy sports squad, and the thing here is the Ferrum Ocularis. But I
You're
think for me,
essentially paying for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think for me, if I was to do this and take this squad, I'd probably go all missile launchers.
Yeah,
I
interesting.
really
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
missile launchers, particularly after our
yeah,
conversation on Patreon about flyers and our deep dives into those. And I think
yeah.
that I mean, as exactly as you say, it's AP3, so like guys standing in cover, just fucking obliterate them with my missile
Yeah, yeah,
launchers.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, again, yeah, I said I'd take shrapnel cannons, but actually, if you are going to take these, you want to take something that
yeah,
benefits from the ferrum
yeah,
ocularis. So
yeah,
I would probably take, yeah, missile launchers or las
yeah,
cannons, but or auto cannons.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I mean, auto cannons feel like the fluffiest
yeah,
of the weapons.
yeah.
But yeah, these are just meh. They're fine. Like, it's a shame they're not ballistic skill 5, but
Mm.
obviously
So
it's a
what's
shame they're
happened?
not
So
ballistic
what's
skill
happened
5.
here with the points? So basically, okay, so the points you got 10 points for a model. Then you've got 10 points for the shrapnel cannon that you've got baked in. And then basically every guy is paying an additional 5 points for the ferrum ocularis, isn't it? So
Yeah,
yeah, so basically you guys need to see it as like a 5 point upgrade. Yeah, it's slightly more
tax.
than that. It's
Yeah,
like it's like 7 or whatever because it's 135 point starting. But
yeah.
basically it's a 5 point kind of upgrade for everybody to be able to ignore cover. I don't
Mm.
know. I think that's actually pretty good. I think like the demise of the heavy support squad. I think maybe for me this just gives them an edge. I quite like it, and I think missile launchers is a good option. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
It's my hot take.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I don't disagree. I just think 9 times out of 10 you're probably going to have to be moving these. But the way cover
Yeah,
saves work now
yeah,
is I don't think unless you're playing on a fairly empty board they're going to be moving. At which
mm,
case the ferrum
mm,
ocularis is you're
yeah.
paying all those points for something that if that was just baked in and they just had it,
There,
I think
there,
this unit would be much better. But
there.
the second they move, those points you're paying have just wasted.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah, interesting. Like
Right.
they're not
Yeah.
terrible,
No. No. No.
but
Cool.
they are
Okay.
certainly not what they used to be.
No way, no way. Right, what's up next? So the Tormentor,
Tormentor.
which is a 700 point, is Perturabo's personal command tank,
Yeah.
which is really, really fucking cool. And it's just
Mm.
like it's just a Lord of War slot,
Yeah.
um, and yeah. So talk us through this thing, and then the big, I suppose, question I need to want to know is like, in order to take the Tormentor and Perturabo in the list, presumably those would have to add up to
Yeah.
25% or less, right?
This is the trouble, isn't it? So the
Yeah.
Tormentor, yeah, it's a legacy unit again. I mean, this is one thing you've probably learned about the Iron Warriors now, even though they're the poster boys of third edition. They have like 3 units in the
Yeah, not a
Liber
lot.
and
Yeah.
Perturabo. So
Yeah.
4 units in the
No,
Liber.
no, no name characters
No
so
name
far.
characters.
But
We
yeah,
had name characters in first edition and then
yeah,
they all
Erasmus Gold.
disappeared.
Yeah, yeah, Kieran.
We have one named character in the legacies, I
Right.
think, off the top of my head. So
Okay.
there is not a huge amount outside of the
No, and they
legacies.
need a bit of love, don't they, in terms of unique
Yeah,
characters? Yeah.
it's a strange one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Considering they're the poster boys. But yeah, the Tormentor is basically Perturabo's own kind of personal command tank.
Bloody
700
bang
points.
bus. Yeah.
It's a unique transport, super heavy. So it's movement 10, ballistic skill 4, armor's front 14, side 13, rear 12, 16 hull points, and it can transport 14. It comes with one void shield, a macro auspex, which this is where it's like,
Yeah.
so the macro auspex is the volcano it's weird how they've done this. So the macro auspex is a special rule that's actually written in the special rules
Right.
of the vehicle.
Right. Okay.
But it only really the volcano cannon only. So then you've got the macro specs in the rules of the volcano cannon.
Right. Okay. Right.
So I don't know why they've done it. They could have just put it in the rules of the volcano cannon. But
Yeah.
if the weapon's target is not a knight, titan, super heavy, or has at least 10 wounds, it must fire as snapshots.
Okay. That's a bit frustrating. So it's going to
So
be hitting on
yeah,
fives rather than threes.
yeah. And the volcano cannon is 120-inch range, one shot, strength 13, AP 2,
Fucking hell.
damage 12, blast 3 inch, and then it
What
has
the
the macro
fuck?
auspex
Oh
special
my
rule.
god.
So yeah, yeah,
Fucking damage 12. What? Yeah. And then I
it's a
make my
fucking murderer.
5 up smoke
Yeah,
save, right? Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the problem in it,
But
yeah.
this is just, like this is just wiping a Typhon out in one
Ah,
turn.
mate, isn't
Like
it? Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then it has the special rule Lair of the Iron Tyrant. So only Perturabo and Iron Circle are allowed to embark on this vehicle.
Okay.
And it has smokescreen. So yeah, it comes equipped with the volcano cannon, which I've just talked about.
Mm.
Has hull mounted twin heavy bolter, and it can add sponson weapons and Legion Pintle weapons. So yeah, 700 points.
Okay.
The downside of this is you've got 700 points for this. You've got
Yeah.
whatever Perturabo is, 460 odd points for Perturabo.
Yeah.
You've got 150 and then 135 for your Iron Circle.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be playing like what 6,000 point game before you can even think to take this.
Yeah.
And all
And
the
even then,
dudes.
you've only got a few bloody units to play with
Yeah.
at 6,000 points. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that is the downside.
Cool.
700 points, but well, strength 13,
Damage 12 for the
damage
lols.
12.
Yeah. I'd be
Volcano
interested to
cannon.
see if anybody would ever take this. Like, just like not take Perturabo.
Just
but
take
be
this,
like, just
yeah,
take this.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
What like tank is this based off? The Tormentor? Is it like
Oh
a
God.
super heavy tank?
Yeah, it is.
Within
It's
some kind of Baneblade chassis.
it's like a storm shadow or something. Is it?
Shadow sword, is it? Or
It's
something like that?
yeah. I did know, but I can't remember. But yeah,
Again,
it's
put it in the comments down below. But you can
Oh,
from the legacies
gonna
you can just
fucking
take
do my head in.
the equivalent of
It's
yeah,
it's
slightly
essentially
cheaper.
like I think is it Storm Shadow? Oh God, that's gonna piss me off now. But it's essentially one of them, but it
Right.
has a it just gives me the long range cruise missile developed by UK and France.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yeah,
well,
it's essentially a Baneblade chassis, but it also has transports on the back.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
I think it's the shadow sword. Sorry,
Shadow sword.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah, shadow sword. I'm pretty
Okay,
sure it is.
interesting.
And then people convert it. They basically they take that and then they add a box on the back where Perturabo
That he can
sits.
live his man cavers. Yeah.
So again, it's cool. We got
rules.
rules for it, but yeah, the biggest. I'm not really a super heavy guy outside of Typhons, so
Yeah.
I don't really know how this compares to.
Well,
I feel like
can,
700 points.
I can
is a
already
lot.
tell you that thing would be felled very quickly to a squad of multi-melter Thalax coming in from the rear, right? Um.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, true, but it's still 16 whole points. Yeah,
Yeah. 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 Interesting.
um,
Cool. Okay. Well, let's have a look at
I like it, and at least
is
it's got
next.
rules because people have
Yeah.
spent a lot of time that have
Conveying
built
that,
this
yeah.
have spent a lot of time converting this. So the Warsmith, yes, the fucking Warsmith. So the Warsmith is obviously a high command slot, 165 points for one dude, infantry command heavy. He is movement 6, weapon skill 6, ballistic skill 5, strength 4, toughness, wounds, initiative, attacks 5, leadership 10, cool, willpower 9, intelligence 10. 2+ and a 4+ save. He has the bulky 2. He has a battlesmith 2. Implacable advance, slow and purposeful. He comes armed with the graviton crusher, a combi grav, servo arm, cortex controller, cognoscignum, and he can take a cyber familiar for 10 points.
Well, I think you're always going to be doing
You
that,
are-
aren't you?
Always going to take that cyber familiar.
Yeah.
Like this guy is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
The fact that he comes with a cognoscignum is so hard to come by.
Yeah.
The fact that he just has one baked in. He's obviously got servo arm, so he's improving his battlesmith. cortex controller. So if you put him in with automata, the automata can perform reactions. Like he is so fucking good. Like the
Do you want to just explain
cognoscignum.
what the cognoscignum does for us?
So the cognoscignum, do you do it in your movement phase? I can't remember now. I think it's at the end of your movement phase or shooting phase. You do an intelligence check, and then basically the next it's a unit that you can see,
Mm.
and the next time a unit with the barrage special rule shoots that unit, they fire as if they can see that
Brilliant.
unit.
So
So you're
they
basically
basically draw
given
a line
line
of
of
sight.
sight
Yeah, from
from
that
this
model.
guy.
Yeah.
And anyone who's faced kind of quad rapiers, anything like that, knows. Like this turns quad rapiers up to 11.
Yeah.
I've used quad rapiers. If I don't use this and you're just blind firing,
Yeah.
they're fine. They're okay. If you hide your quad rapiers behind terrain and
Yeah.
use the cognoscignum, they're deleting attack squad in a
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
Like even just two, because you're getting 2 shots each for not moving, and then the cognoscignum means you're just hitting as normal.
Yeah.
Like it is so fucking good. It's so good. But he can just do everything. Then he can fix stuff. He can punch things. You know, he is just like the jack of all trades, but good at it. Like
Mm.
intelligence 10 with a cyber familiar means unless you're rolling
Fixing
double
his iron
sixes,
circle, like yeah.
yeah, and you have to take an intelligence check to use the cognoscignum. So
Right.
again,
Okay.
unless you're rolling double six,
Yeah.
you're always getting it off.
But
Like
even
it
with a
is
double six, it would
so
be
good.
fine though, wouldn't it? Because the
No, I think
your
double six always fails. I
oh,
think a
does
double
it?
six always fails the intelligence check.
Oh, right. Okay. Interesting.
So you do have to roll for it. I'm pretty sure, like again, like in the comments if I'm wrong on that, let me know. But I'm
Yeah.
fairly
Interesting.
certain if you take an intelligence check, any
Yeah.
sort of check,
Yeah.
a double six will always fail.
Okay. Interesting.
But yeah, like this guy is so good. Like he's yeah. If you're running Iron Warriors, you're probably going to take some artillery because that's just the fluff of Iron Warriors. This guy just makes that so much better. And then the legacies options, you get a Warsmith equipped in Artificer armor, and he's 140 points. It's written here. And you can upgrade him with where he doesn't come with a graviton crusher, but you can upgrade him with weapons from the officer's war gear list, or you can give him a paragon blade for 15 points, dual lightning claws for 20 points, and he can take melter bomb. So I run the artificer armor version, but they're both just as good as each other. Like obviously the main benefit of the artificer armor is you can run him about. He's not heavy. But obviously with heavy, you're now cool 10. So yeah, this guy is so good. And this is the guy that most people will slap into a unit of iron circles and just march them down the field and punch things in the face.
Nice. Cool.
But
Awesome.
yeah, really good, really
Nice.
good. Like the cognoscignum, the cortex controller, the cyber familiar, like it's so good and very Iron Warriors as well. And then we have Narek Drahgar, the Grave Walker.
Yeah, yeah. So
So
he's
this
not.
is
He's an interesting one, isn't he? Because he's not a. He's like a loyalist character rather than a.
yes, he is loyalist. So he's a legacy unit, like the only named character we have now. He was essentially the original Pravian, wasn't he? When we got the model, he was the guy that first came with like the Pravian rules, if I remember
Lee,
correctly.
just to say, you're absolutely right. A double six would be a failure. So
Yeah,
even
So
if he's
you
12,
have to roll for intelligence checks even if you're 12.
yeah,
But you
interesting.
know, like the
Yeah,
chances are highly unlikely.
yeah. Okay, interesting.
But yeah, just something for people to be aware of. Yeah, if you didn't know that, yeah, if you're making intelligence checks, even if you're intelligence 12, you still need to roll for it. You can still
Interesting.
fail it.
I didn't know. I did not know that.
Yeah. So Drahgar is unique, command heavy. He is movement 7, weapon skill, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 4, wounds 3, initiative 5, attacks 4, leadership 9, cool willpower 8, intelligence 9, and he's 2 plus 5 plus. He gains the battlesmith 1 special rule, feel no pain 5 plus, and he has the master of automata which allows him
He's basically
to
just he's basically
basically
a
a Pravian.
Pravian, isn't he? Yeah, just the
Um,
main character Pravian. Yeah, who's
uh,
also got heavy though is the only thing I would say.
yeah, so
Uh,
there's a few things here that I would say. So he's loyalist, so he can only be taken obviously in a loyalist
yeah, and
list.
Um are Castellax heavy?
Oh, I am not sure. I
Okay.
don't think they are, but
I didn't think they
I
were, but
don't
I'd have
know
to double check that one.
where.
Because you don't want this guy who is heavy mixing in with a squad who isn't heavy, because you're gonna gain all of the negs and then none of the advantages.
No, they are just automata. Let me check the destruct. No, so they're just destructor. So yeah, there's a couple of things. So he comes equipped with the Graviton Gauntlet and the Cortex Controller and the Bolt Pistol. And the Graviton Gauntlet is -3 initiative, attacker's base, +3 strength, AP2, damage 2,
Right.
shock, pinned.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this guy is 115 points and he is essentially exactly the same stats as a Pravian. He comes with the Graviton Gauntlet, which is fine. He's got the Cortex Controller. The Pravian isn't heavy, still gets Battlesmith 1, still gets the Feel No Pain
Yeah.
5 plus, still has the Master Automata, but the Pravian has a Cortex Controller and a Cyber Familiar.
Yeah.
So for all those intelligence checks you're taking, if you want to fix
Yeah.
things and whatnot, like I would just take a Pravian
Yeah.
personally.
Agree.
Like if I'm totally honest,
Yep.
um,
They basically don't want you using this character.
yeah,
Like
it kind
they're
of
just
feels
like
like
it's just
it.
a bit
Which is
shit.
again, it's just a shame. It's kind of
Yeah.
the only kind of bonus he's really got is the Graviton Gauntlet.
Mm.
Because the Pravian doesn't
Gets
actually.
an
I don't think
axe.
it
Does
doesn't.
he even
No, he
come
doesn't
with
get
a?
fuck all. He just gets
Oh,
a
right.
bolt
Interesting.
pistol,
Okay.
which is daft. Yeah, no, he can exchange his pistol. So that is the only thing he has over a normal Pravian. Is
Mm.
he's a bit better in close combat because he actually gets a close combat weapon.
Mm.
But I just think like
Stick with
the cyber
the
familiar.
Pravium.
I just
Yeah.
feel like the cyber familiar is so important.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, he's
Cool.
there. He's the only named character
Tragic.
we
Absolutely
have.
tragic.
Yeah, it's daft, isn't it? Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Well, whiz us through Perturabo and what we
The
need to know
Lord
about this
of
guy.
Iron, Hammer of Olympia. Warlord slot, obviously 425 points, Paragon unique. Movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill 7, strength 6, toughness 7,
That's all right. Yeah,
wound
that's good.
6, initiative 5, attack 6, leadership 12, cool, willpower, intelligence 10, and a 2+4+ save. Special rules is bulky 6, eternal warrior, and battlesmith 3. He comes with the Breaker and Sire of the Iron Warriors. So Breaker is a unique gambit, and I fucking love this gambit. That's selected in the first face-off step of a challenge. Perturabo makes no attacks in this round of combat, but a single unengaged Iron Warriors unit within 12 inches may make a shooting attack against the challenger, resolved as
Brilliant.
snapshot. I just love that. Like, Perturabo's just like, nah, I'm going to stand back
Yeah.
and let these dudes shoot you in the fucking face.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Yeah. It's like that scene in The King, isn't it? Where Timothy
Finish him.
Chalamet, you're like,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
fights,
Yeah, exactly
fights the
that.
Dauphin.
Exactly
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
It's like you are not worthy of me killing you, so I am
yeah.
I'm
Love
just
it.
going to shoot you.
Cool.
And then Sire of the Iron Warriors. So this is again most well, every kind of Primarch has something like this, but essentially, if you fill 4 or more troop slots with tacticals or breaches, then all troop slots are prime.
Yeah.
And he also gives any Iron Warrior units the expendable 1 more
Oh,
in the
right.
first turn,
Wow.
or increases the value if they already have it. So if you already have expendable 1, then first turn, if your opponent gets first strike, it's down by 2, which then is actually having quite a big impact. if you're taking, I'm trying to think what else has expendable.
Tarantulas or something like that.
Tarantulas, yeah.
Yeah, but they don't have the Legion rules, so yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, because they would just get the Allegiance Iron Warriors, don't they? Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Rob's run off to talk to his dog. Um, so yeah, and then he comes armed with the Logos Array, the Cortex Controller, and a Cognos Signum, which again, we've already talked about the Cognos Signum, and they are just pretty awesome. The Logos Array in melee is initiative base 2 +2 attack, strength 6, AP 3, damage 1, shred 4 plus, and then the ranged attacks are 30-inch range, 6 shots, strength 6, AP 3, damage 1, shred 4 plus, and suppressive 1. And then for 35 points, you can take the Forge Breaker Desecrated for 35 points. And the Forge Breaker Desecrated is -2 initiative, attack space, +3 strength, AP 2, damage 2, and it comes with the critical hit 5 plus. I mean, the thing I find with Primarchs nowadays is I'm just a bit meh with Primarchs. I
Yeah.
kind of don't really care. Like, I don't feel they bring much to a game. The only time I would run a Primarch is if I was doing a massive super duper game against someone else, like a 5,000-6,000 point game.
Mm.
Because I just think they're a point sink that just I'm just like meh. I'm not that bothered. The only thing I've realised as well is that he doesn't have a cyber familiar, and I was
No,
just trying to look,
no, he doesn't.
and his armor
I
doesn't
clocked
have
that
it
literally
either.
straight away. And I was like,
Yeah.
man alive, he's got intelligence 10.
So
But yeah,
he's worse than a Warsmith at fixing things,
yeah,
which seems fucking stupid.
yeah,
Considering he is
yeah.
literally that's basically his thing
His jam, isn't it? Yeah,
is building stuff. Um,
yeah,
yeah, again, I don't hate him. I just feel the same way I feel about every Primarch of Meh. I quite like the expendable. If
mm,
I took 4 troop slots of him, I would give them all expendable just because it feels
mm,
very, very Iron Warriors.
mm, mm.
Of the fact that he just doesn't care. I love the model. I think the model still holds up now. I have him in a box one day. I will fucking build him.
Nice.
But like I say, I don't use. I say this every time we do one of these and we get to the Primarch bit. Is I'm just not that bothered about Primarchs. Like they're cool. I'm glad we have them, but
Yeah.
it's
100%.
just it's 425 points. I'd rather spend that on a Typhon than
Yeah,
on Perturabo.
yeah,
Um, but yeah. So yeah, he's fine.
yeah.
I
It's just fine.
I
Cool.
don't think yeah.
Cool,
Other
cool,
than that,
cool. Okay, well, I think that's the last of our Legion units. So I think we should take a quick break there and then
ooh.
we will go into Lee's list. So see you after the break.
It's time to upgrade your battlefield with Sacrus Mundus terrain. Sacrus Mundus sculpt breathtakingly detailed and varied terrain that will bring your games of Horus Heresy to life. From the ruined cities of Armoria to the jungle vestiges of Lintrath, Sacrus Mundus design immersive battlefields for any type of tabletop wargaming experience you desire. Find their extensive terrain collections online right now.
Welcome back, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed that break. I just wanted to clear something up because I was confusing myself because Rob ran off shouting at his dog and I was trying to talk and think at the same time.
Sort of
And as a
gingerly
man,
take it, sort of persuading him to go with the dog walker is a better way to describe it.
as a man, I can't do two things at once. So yeah, so with Perturabo's ability to give Iron Warrior units expendable 1, that it is literally only infantry models with Iron Warrior's trait and infantry type. So yeah, when I was talking about tarantulas and stuff, like you can't do that. It is literally just infantry units. But if your infantry unit already has it, then it goes up by 1. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's a shame it doesn't affect everything because that would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just something I wanted to clear up.
Cool. So we've got
But
three
lists,
lists. Yeah.
yes.
So we've got 2,000, 2,500, and then a 3,000. So walk us through this bad boy then.
So this is I have wrote and rewrote these lists about 1,000 times. To the point that I was like, is this even legal anymore? I don't normally write lists like this. So again, my tism was kicking in because I was trying to do it the way we show it on here. But yeah, this is first list, 2,000 points. This is what I would kind of think of as a reasonably third edition list. So the Crusade Primary Detachment has a Warsmith in Artificer Armor. He has a Thunderhammer, Servo Arm, Cognus Signum, and the Cyber Familiar for 165
So
points.
not the Terminator version.
Not the Terminator version, no. I have a Forge Lord with a Power Axe, Machinator Array, Cyber Familiar, and he has the Prime Paragon of Battle. I have 10 Despoilers, Sergeant with Lightning Claws, 2 Power Maws, a Vexilla Nuncio Vox, and they have the Prime Master Sergeant.
Nice.
And then I have 2 Breacher Squads with Last Cutters, Vexilla Nuncio Vox for 180 points each, and then 3 Rhinos with Pintle Shrapnel Cannon, Combi Bolter, and Dozer Blade for 85 points each. I then have a Tech Marine Covenant with both Tech Marines, Power Axe, Servo Arm, and Cyber Familiars, and the Prime is the Unfavored, which gives him the Expendable 1. And then the Armored Support, I have 2 Vindicator Siege Tanks with Demolisher Cannons, both with pintle mounted multi-melters and both with Dozer Blades. I then have a Predator with a heavy conversion beam cannon, 2 heavy bolters and a Dozer Blade, and a Kratos assault tank with the Melter blast gun and 4 las cannons.
Yeah, this has got you written all over it. This is very you. This.
So the Despoilers and Breachers obviously go in all the Rhinos, and you can just go off and secure and do what you like. The thing I have noticed with third edition is first and second edition, when I wrote lists, I was very much like, right, my Warsmith will go with this squad.
Yeah.
And that is how that... And now I'm very much like, we can just go with whoever. I'll put them in with whoever, my Forge Lord.
I think the fact that you can assault, although it's disorder charge, the fact that you can just assault out of these things now, out of transports, including Rhinos, means that it gives us much more versatility in where they could go. Because before, they're usually a bit of a dick kicker. So you're like, well, I've got to put it in an assault squad, and therefore I've got to put it with a cataphractii or command squad. Whereas now you can be much more flexible.
So this is kind of, like I say, fairly generic. The Tech Marines are fixing the tanks. The Warsmith and the Forge Lord can kind of go where you like, and they're also fixing tanks. Vindicators just drive forward and blow things up. The Predator sits back and blows things up, and the Kratos just blows things up.
There she blows. Yeah.
And then I'd probably have the Tech Marine sitting back with like the Predator and Kratos, but he's the one that I gave the Prime to because I was like, if he's just hanging out on his own, not joining a unit, then at least not giving away too many points. But this was a fairly kind of boring list, I suppose, but kind of very generic. Very third edition, like you never used to see Tech Marines really, did you?
A good base to well, you did because they could take.
Sorry, in second, you did, but for all the wrong reasons.
Not fixing stuff, but actually making stuff better at shooting. Okay, cool. But I'm sure a good base with which to build on.
I mean, this is literally you've got all your scoring, you've got all your tanks. I mean, tanks are hard to kill now. At 2,000 points,
especially with
tanks,
4 things that can fix them,
and you've got all these things that can fix them, which is very kind of Iron Warriors. If you want to play Iron Warriors, I would suggest leaning into that because the Warsmith is fucking great.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That's my first list.
Awesome. Okay, so 2,500 and very different. This is not just an addition to. This is a very different one.
This is completely different. So this is, the siege has been broken, the walls have come down, and now you need to get in there and fucking punch things.
Okay, love it.
And I was going to write these lists as just purely Iron Warriors, but I was like, well, I always run Mechanicum with my Iron Warriors, so I'll throw in an allied detachment on this one.
Cool.
So the Crusade primary detachment, Praetor with jump pack, Paragon Blade, and a combat shield, just to give him that little advantage in challenges. You got a Legion champion with jump pack, Paragon Blade, Volkite, Serpenta, and he has the prime Paragon of Battle. You've got the Master of Descent with Graviton Crusher, just for lols. You got a 15-man assault squad. The sergeant has a pair of lightning claws. You got 3 power lancers, 5 combat lancers, 5 combat shields, just to take some invulns in close combat. And then they have the prime logistical benefit. So I've also got a drop pod in there, and then the logistical benefit opens up the Dreadnought drop pod.
Nice, yeah.
I've got an army vanguard of the Praetor, which is 10 veteran assault squads, 5 pairs of lightning claws, 3 power lancers, 2 chainswords, 2 combat shields, and they have the prime master sergeant. So your veteran sergeant,
these guys aren't fucking about, are they?
No, your veteran sergeant with lightning claws is throwing out like 6 attacks at weapon skill 6.
It's nuts, yeah. Master sergeant's fucking brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. So then you've got 6 veteran heavy support squads. So I've leaned into the veterans on this one. I could have just took a normal heavy support squad, but I've essentially done this just for the extra wound each. And they have 6 heavy flamers and a Nuncio Vox. And then the Master of Descent, his detachment is Planetfall Spear Tip, which I have taken a 10-man veteran assault squad, exactly the same as the previous one, 5 pairs of lightning claws, 3 power lancers, 2 chainswords, 2 combat shields. Obviously, the 2 chainswords and 2 combat shields are just ablative wounds. They will take all the invuln saves, and they have the prime master sergeant, so he is also a weapon skill 6.
Nice.
And the thing is with this one is I gave him lightning claws, so he's got like 10 bajillion attacks. But you could actually just stick something completely, because you've got the extra attacks. You could give him a power fist or thunder hammer or something. But I just went with the lightning claws because I was like, well, actually, these are just going to be chewing through attacks.
It is interesting. Like this list, because the first one that we saw obviously was like loads of tech marines and then fixing tanks and stuff like that, and met him quite with law. But actually, when you look at a list like this, which is quite infantry heavy and quite like it's already quite high in cool and leadership or whatever, and you're just like, actually, just with the Iron Warriors rule, you just like you're going to struggle to pin. To suppress all these guys.
Because obviously the downside of assault squads, veteran assault squads, is you don't get a Nuncio Vox. So you're not getting rid of, or it's harder to get rid of statuses. Whereas, Iron Warriors don't really give a fuck. They kind of do, you're going to fail them eventually.
They can give a fuck, but they give less fucks. I suppose is the point you're saying. And then that rule works for contemptors as well, which is like cool 10 or 12 or whatever, and it's just
man,
it's awesome.
And then heavy support, which is the rare heavy support, and there's a reason why I took heavy support and not just logistical benefit. Contemptor Dreadnought, paired Gravis Chain Fists, and just 2 combi bolters because I ran out of points. And he's obviously going in the Dreadnought drop pod. So before I go into the allied detachment, I will just talk about the Iron Warriors side of this. So essentially, you've got you could have taken less detachments, like the Army Vanguard opens up 3 elite slots, so I could have put the Veteran Assault Squad in there. The reason I used the Master of Descent is because it gives you another prime.
Of course.
So now all your veterans, and you don't have to give them prime Master Sergeant. You could have boosted their leadership.
So you main and combat vets. I mean, man alive, that for combat vets plus the Iron Warriors rule.
I went for maximum kind of output because obviously he gets an extra attack, he gets extra weapon skill, all the good stuff. But you could do it then they're even harder to fucking status. But the Praetor is going in with a veteran squad. The Champion's going in with a veteran squad. I'm losing my voice. Master of Descent is going in with the Assault squad, and they'll just drop in turn one. Backfield just to be a peekaboo. Look at us. whilst the veteran squads move up and just chew through scoring units. Because obviously there's fuck all scoring in this.
Yeah.
You've got the heavy support squad with flamers going in the drop pod, and you've obviously got the dreadnought going in the dreadnought drop pod. So either or, if you've got vehicles at the back that you want to get rid of, turn 2, just drop the dreadnought drop pod in, thanks to the Master of Descent. Or if you've got, I don't know, like rapiers or something, you can drop in the flamers and just flame the rapiers, whatever it is, or like a tack squad in the rear that's scoring points that you want to get rid of, you just drop that in and flame them. Plus I just love the idea of like a heavy flamer support, heavy flamer squad just coming
Cool
in.
as fuck. Yeah, it's brilliant.
And then the allied detachment. So I've got a Magos with Power Fist, Melter Gun, Cyber Familiar, and Anti-Havocs, Machinary, all the good shit, just because. And he's got the prime logistical benefit, which allows you to take 3 Myrmidon Destructors, and I'm taking them for their Darkfire cannons.
Yeah.
Because their Darkfire cannons are suppressive too.
Nice.
And then I have 3 Castellax Destructors, so the Magos would obviously join them.
Yeah.
And then he has Comptroller, so he would actually give these a bit of scoring. I'd give him
scoring, I suppose. Yeah, they would, yeah.
the Cybernetica, whatever it is, cyber so he would make the Castellax scoring, and they've got all bolters, the 3 Darkfire cannons, and shock chargers.
Yeah.
And again, Darkfire cannons, some more suppressive too. So that's just some like rear field kind of what's the Darkfire? 36-inch, so kind of rear to midfield shooting, just trying to suppress targets, just to make it even easier for the veterans to get in and punch things in the face.
Yeah.
And then I've got a Voltarax Stratos, soon to be coming in plastic, with an Arc Blaster, which is suppressive 1 and shock suppressed. He has a Voltarax Missile Launcher, which I can't find the fucking rules for, because you would have thought it would be in the missile weapon.
Now.
Oh, it's rad. It's rad.
Right, okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So the Voltarax Missile Launcher is you get airburst and shape charged. The shape charged is 36-inch, 2 shots, strength 10, AP 2, damage 2, phage toughness, panic,
really
shock stunned. So you can start dropping some phage on some guys to lower their toughness for the assault
really
squads to
nice.
be even easier. Or the airburst again is 36-inch, 1 shot, strength 6, AP 4. Damage 1, blast 5-inch, phage toughness, panic. So all the allied detachment is doing is they're just putting statuses on things. They're putting some phage toughness, and they're there just to make it a bit easier for the assault squads to get in and punch things.
Yeah, it's really nice. And then the Magos is officer of the line 2, is it? That's how it's opening.
Yeah.
up, so
He's officer line 2, so he can unlock shock assault and first strike.
Man, that's crazy. He can just unlock so many different
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Because obviously the trouble with the Mechanicum is, I mean, this is meant to be an Iron Warriors show, not a but the only troops you have are tech priests. So if you want to start taking other stuff, you need to logistical benefit it or take a Magos and open up 2 slots. And the Myrmidon Destructors are retinue off the top of my head. So they're actually quite hard to fit in to an allied detachment. You obviously have to
retinue or elites? Are they elites?
I think they're retinue. They are probably elites. No, they're elites. I'm talking shit. But still, yeah. So logistical benefit, because the Magos, you don't really want him getting in close combat. They're not that great. So that's the list. I quite like it.
Yeah, I think it's quite fun. Very different. Very but very fun nonetheless.
This is less about scoring and more about just punching someone on the neck. The thing is, I wrote this list and then
the pillaging of a fortress, isn't there? This.
Yeah. I wrote this list and then I was like, you know what? This would be a fucking great World Eaters list.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, it'd be brilliant. Yeah. But then,
just a million attacks. But I like you say, the Iron Warrior special rule gets around the fact that you can't take Nuncio Vox.
Yeah.
On
and like and actually, if you were legitimately looking at this as a list, you'd probably just be like, I'm gonna sack off the Master Sergeant and make them combat vets, and then it's even harder to to start.
Yeah. I just leaned full in. Like the fluff of the Iron Warriors as the Horus Heresy went on. When they broke a siege, they basically became berserkers. And they would just murder.
Well, that was the whole
they
thing
lost
about
control.
Kruger, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
And then
So
he fell to
he
Khorne.
fell to Khorne. So that's kind of what I was leaning into with this list was the siege is broken. Yeah, I mean you could literally do the Praetors could be Kruger, you know. That's kind of what I was thinking of when I wrote this list.
Taking of Lions the spaceport or whatever.
Just
Nice.
murder everyone.
Lion Gate spaceport or whatever. Cool. Okay, and let's have a look at your 3000 then. So this is a little less out there and zany. This is more what I typically understand as a Iron Warriors list, right?
Yeah, I would say so. So 3,000 points, primary detachment. You got a Warsmith, Terminator, Graviton Crusher, Combi Grav, Servo Arm, Cortex Controller, Cognos Signum, Cyber Familiar. All the good shit. You got Legion Champion, Cataphractii Armor, Paragon Blade, Combi Bolter, and he's got the Prime Paragon of Battle. You got a Siege Breaker. Oh, I keep burping, sorry. Siege Breaker. It's because I'm so excited. I don't know why I would burp when I get excited. Siege Breaker, Thunderhammer, Phosphex Bombs, Cognos Signum, and Augury Scanner. And the Siege Breaker is kind of one of the very few other ways of getting a Cognos Signum into list.
It's literally, isn't it like the only
that's
way
it.
A normal Legion?
I don't know a normal Legion,
Yeah, like, whereas you get your second helpings through your Warsmiths.
And then a Forge Lord, Power Axe, Machinator Array, Cyber Familiar. I have 2 11-man tactical squads with Vexilla and Anti-Vox. Literally, they're 11-man because I had like 20 points left over.
Got it, okay.
And I was just like...
Didn't want to go for the shrapnel bolt pistols.
No. Rhino with Pintle Shrapnel Cannon, Combi Bolter, and Dozer Blade.
Yeah.
So the Warsmith unlocks the combat retinue, and within that I have 2 Iron Circle with Graviton Crushers, Twin Shrapnel Cannons.
I see what you mean. Just to interject, I can see what you mean about the combat retinue. Would you take it over the Olympian fucking whatever it's called? That other place? Because you're like, oh, okay, I can get the Dominators here, and I can get the Iron Circle.
And the Iron Circle. Although I feel like they probably wouldn't like to work together because they hate each other. Although I feel the Iron Circle have no feelings on the matter.
Yeah.
Dominators hate it.
True.
But I've used the Retinue Prime to unlock logistical benefits. So then the next retinue slot is 5 Dominators, 5 Thunderhammers, 3 Combi Grav, 1 Combi Bolter, and Heavy Flamers, purely because that's exactly how I've done mine. I've only done... You could just take 4 Combi Gravs. There's no reason to take an extra... I just didn't have 4 Combi Gravs, so that's the only reason why I took a Combi Bolter there, because points-wise it makes no difference. I have logistical benefit opens up a veteran tactical squad. So the sergeant has Graviton Mace. I got 6 bolters with 6 chain bayonets, 2 shotguns, 2 melters, Vexilla Nuncio Vox.
Yeah.
Again, the shotguns just to try and stick out a bit of stun. Melters just as a fuck you if anything comes near them.
Yeah.
I have the Iron Fire Cohort. So I have 2 squads of 2 quad launcher rapiers, both with Phosphex shells. I have an Arquiter Bombard with the Morbus Bombard, Phosphex shells.
Fucking, you love it, don't you? You fucking love it. I can't see a Leviathan in there with Phosphex though. Like, where's he? That's what you need.
I did. I've run out of points. And the Arquiter Bombard, because it's part of the Iron Fire, opens up the Prime, which is logistical benefit.
Nice,
which I take a Land Raider, 2 just your standard less cannons.
Yeah.
Twin Heavy Flamer, and I know you're going to love
God, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare in terms of statuses, isn't it? This is going to be like, oh, this is a bit tasty, this. Yeah.
And then a Tech Marine Covenant, once again, 2 Tech Marines, exactly the same as the first list. And then the Lord of War detachment, a Typhon Heavy Siege tank.
Okay, really nice.
With Dreadhammer Siege Cannon, 2 Last Cannons, and the pintle-mounted multi-melter.
Yeah, it's nice.
So the Legion Champion in Cataphractii Armor goes with the Dominators.
Yeah.
In the Land Raider.
Yeah.
and you just throw them forward, punch
Yeah.
anything in the face.
Yeah.
The Warsmith goes with the Iron Circle, and I would probably keep him close to the Typhon. The Typhon, like everything revolves around the Typhon
Mm.
and the Iron Fire Cohort, essentially.
Mm.
The Typhon is just such a fucking murderer.
It's
Like, it's
nuts. Yeah.
so good, but you
Mm.
need to keep it alive.
Yeah.
So you've got the Forge Lord, you've got the two Tech Marines.
Yeah.
The quad rapier launchers just hide behind terrain at the back of the table. If anything gets close to them, they can phosphex shell it. But just
Yeah.
the normal shells are great.
Yeah.
You've got the Warsmith again with the Cognos Signum and the Siegebreaker with the Cognos Signum. You can stick the Siegebreaker in wherever.
Mm.
And you've got two lots of Cognos Signum because, like I said, the Cognos Signum, the way the rule is written is it's the next attack with the
Yeah. Okay.
barrage special rule. So you've got two chances. So you can use it for your both units of quad launchers,
Yeah.
or if the Arquitor is behind,
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
is out of line of sight, you can use it for the Arquitor as well.
Yeah.
I did originally have two Arquitors in here, but I just couldn't fit it in. I
Fit the
could,
points in.
no,
Yeah.
I didn't have
Yeah.
the points.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this. I love this.
But like literally, the Arquitors throwing out shells, the phosphate, the quad launchers, if they don't move, they're two shots each. So like, it's just throwing out so much
Mate, it's
shit.
nuts, yeah.
The Typhon is just a murderer.
Yeah.
And then you've just got your tax squads and your veteran tax squads just running around scoring.
What happened to you, Lee? What happened to you during this process, this list writing process? Something terrible.
But this to me
something Perturabo was unlocked.
is very, very Iron Warriors.
Well,
really,
it's just unrelentless, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly.
sorry, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
relentless. Like, it's just like the amount of fucking like barrage and blast that are being like hurled at you.
Did originally have a 20-man despoiler squad and a Spartan in here,
Right. Okay.
but I was like, I
Can't keep
can't
it
fit a Typhon
No.
and the Spartan in the same list. So,
in. And then the
unfortunately,
only thing, additional thing I would say is one of those tactical squads can become either combat vets or you can make them
yeah,
expendable
that you
if
can
want
give
to
them
as
whatever
well.
you want. Yeah.
Prime.
Um,
Man, okay. Well, let's just head over to our final thoughts on this matter. So, I think for me, just because of the Iron Warriors rule, you could build them quite like infantry heavy. You could really lean into the fact, they can do an awful lot, can't they? I mean,
Yeah.
just because of that rule, they are going to be pretty hardy. And then they've got things like the Iron Fire, kind of, which allows you to kind of have lots of like barrage and things like that, which is pretty just tasty and pretty Iron Warriorsy. But all in all, a pretty strong legion and a strong showing. I think the only weakness for me is just like their lack of named characters. Like that's just a bit of a shame at this current moment. And I hope that's rectified early 2026. I don't know if it will be, but I hope it is rectified sooner rather than later.
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because like I said, they're the poster boys for this edition.
Yeah, but it's the
and
same as
they've
Salamanders,
got-
though. Like they've not
cool.
got.
Yeah.
they've not
So
got
you'd
any
like to
named
think
characters,
they'll
so-
be one of the first legions
Leaders.
to get a journal.
Yeah, about
I
that.
really hope so. But yeah, I love playing them. I still enjoy painting them because like it's just silver.
Yeah.
I like Mechanicum, and
Yeah.
they lean in well to the Mechanicum. Again, you can put Cognos Signums on Magoses, and
Yes.
I believe you can put them on Tech Priests as well. So
Okay. Oh, right. Wow.
I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure Tech Priests can take them, although they start getting a bit costly.
Yeah. You want to keep them cheap.
But I really like the idea. Like all these lists, I love the idea of the second list. That's probably my favorite. I'll probably never ever run it.
Well, it's the most interesting one, but yeah.
Yeah,
It won't win you. It won't win you a whole lot of games in this current climate of line.
At the current state, with the importance of line, I feel no. But yeah, I feel like Mechanicum fit in well with the Iron Warriors, both fluff and in terms of rules. Like the way I run it at the minute is I always take a Magos, and my Magos just runs along next to the Typhon, just fixing the Typhon. Like, and he's got Cognos Signum, so he can ping targets for the rapiers as well. And it feels very Iron Warriors. You've got these guys calling in artillery strikes, and the artillery's all at the back. Like it does feel very Iron Warriors.
Yeah, love it.
And yeah, I enjoy it.
Nice one. Well, thank you for that tour de force. That was really interesting. I hope you guys have enjoyed it at home and while you've been hobbying. And what is coming next? I can't recall what in terms of deep dives we got coming next. We got Thousand Suns still to do. We've done Emperor's
have we
Children. We've done
done
most of
Night
them. Space
Lords?
Wolves, I think we've got to do. Night
Yeah,
Lords we've still got to do. So there's still a few. I think the reality is we won't get them done all before the end of the year.
no.
And we've got to do our kind of like roundup show as well. So expect that one at some point in the near future. Right, just a final few thank yous. Big thank you to our Heresy Hammer Pro Tour tier Patreons. As we mentioned before, we do run a Patreon, which allows us to keep the lights on the show on the road and allows us to pay Kerry his enormous salary every month as well. We've got some big news coming in January, so keep an eye out for some big news. But yeah, so thanks ever so much to these guys, but also thank you to all our patrons as well,
Yes.
for supporting us over the past 3 years and further, and hopefully into 2026 as well. Just a few final reminders as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe; it always helps us. Yeah, just leave a nice comment. That'd be really good. Let us know your enthusiasm for these lists. If you've got anything wrong, just let us know as well. Because when we talk about 500 rules, we're bound to get most of them right, but some of them wrong. And then don't forget to follow us on Instagram. You can pick this up via Spotify as well. So if you want to walk the dog or commute to work and listen to this instead, then you can do that on Spotify. And don't forget to join our WhatsApp Heresy chat groups, of which we have many. And you can get that via our link tree on our Instagram page as well. As for now, though, thanks ever so much for listening. Thanks for watching. And thank you to Lee for taking us through his
you.
beloved Legion. And we shall see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
See ya.